All right? All praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles, the elders, honor to Akim. I push this truth out of sincerity. All right? So, it's going to go into... We almost out of here. Oh, see that? All right. All right.
This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 3. It says, "And he sat upon the Mount of Olives, and the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be?"
Yeah, so the disciples went to Yahushua and they asked him basically when the end times will be, when the nation of Israel will be established, right?
"And what shall be the sign of thy coming?"
Yeah, what will be the sign of his coming when the Lord returns again, right?
"And of the end of the world."
And the end of the world meaning age, not the world, but the current rulership. And who was in rulership at the time? The Roman Empire, right? Okay. And now, so it was Augustus and Tiberius Caesar. Those are the two emperors that was ruling during Yahushua's time. Okay.
"And Yahushua answered and said unto them."
All right, and we could tell this was still the beginning stages of the Roman Empire during that time. But Yahushua said unto them, all right?
"Take heed that no man deceive you."
Yeah, take heed that no man might deceive you. All right, con you. Go ahead.
"For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and shall deceive many."
Yeah, it's gonna be many coming saying they're anointed, they was appointed, and they basically second in command. All right.
"And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars."
Wars and rumors of wars, all right? We done had wars and rumors of wars, multiple wars during that time. But the major ones that passed was World War I and II, but the most deadliest one gonna be World War III, all right?
"See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass."
We're not troubled for all this destruction that's gonna take place. This has to happen. All right? It was the Most High game plan. All right?
"But the end is not yet."
The end is not yet. The major prophecies got to take place. All right? The mark. Okay? Global famine, worldwide famine, all happen at the same time. It's New World Order, meaning all the other major superpowers are gonna follow suit.
"For nation shall rise against nation."
Yeah, nation's gonna rise against nation. One country against one country, one nationality against one. All right?
"And kingdom against kingdom.
Kingdom against kingdom.
And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places."
It's gonna be a lot of famine worldwide, worse than what it is now, and earthquakes, more earthquakes popping up all over the world.
"All these are the beginning of sorrows."
These are the beginning of sorrows. All right? And it's gonna happen where all these gonna start taking place at the same time. Like people are not gonna get a break, a rest from this destruction. But the men of the Lord are not gonna be troubled. All right? Because we know these things have to take place, and it's judgment.
This is 2 Ezra 15, verse 1. "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy."
Speaking to ears of our people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, about prophecy, week in and week out. When it's cold, when it's real hot, heat wave weather, all year round.
"Which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord."
Because the Lord puts the information of what we're going to say in our mouth and wisdom, so we know what to say. Okay? And we commanded to go out year round, and also people have questions and want to know the truth year round.
"And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true."
They're faithful and truth, and it was commanded the prophets write this down on a paper in the scriptures.
"Fear not the imaginations against thee."
We don't fear the imaginations regular people are out in the world about what we're doing, or them plotting, or the elites.
Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
Yeah, they speak against us. The people, the scoffers, the elites, the lesser luminaries, they speak against us. Because they can't. They got legislation against what we're doing. They clip videos.
Yeah,
They try to censor things. Oh, yeah, you got it.
That's a lot. Now you got scoffers. They talk up against us.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go to that word incredulity, it means unbelief. Don't let the unbelief of these non-believers trouble us, because we know the fate of them that come up against us. They really coming up against Yahweh. So they're going to be judged for that.
So, all kinds of things. They call us. They basically they basically say we do shit that we don't do. The rape thing. What else? They might talk about our social condition, how we living or whatever. What that has to do with the truth coming out.
It says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
Yeah, they're going to die in their unfaithfulness. So they're going to be judged, and they're going to remember what they did. They're going to get that judgment.
It says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world.
It's going to be plagues. Disease, pestilence, the ultimate plague, the thermonuclear destruction. That's going to take place.
The sword, famine, death, and destruction.
The sword, famine, death, and destruction. All killing agents. Okay, so people are going to die in combat. People are going to be spoiled for their goods, robbed, put to death. All right?
2 Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
Yeah, woe to the world. All those that's in the world. And them that dwell in it, all right? That's talking about 2/3 in these heathen nations.
It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh.
It's near. The sword and their destruction. It doesn't take a long time for it to be mass starvation in this country, man. All right? And that's their plan on starving the people out, man. They have legislation on starving the people out. What it says, removal of farmland, the goods, the services, all right? Everything being shut down. All right? That causes starvation. It ain't gonna be, forget the word scarcity, it's not gonna be nothing.
Yeah, because they got something called Executive Order 13603. And when you search that up, that gives the military the right to take over the government and to seize all resources. Water, electrical supply, all right, food to eat, everything that's in these supermarkets that you buy and sell. Once the military takes over in the form of martial law, all right, you can't have none of that.
Yeah, because look, and then the other one, I know you saw it, Executive 11490, and I think that was passed under Nixon's time, where the same thing you mentioned. Shut down the farmland, food, goods, everything. Everything just, water, everything shut down.
Yeah, that's why it doesn't make sense to doomsday prep, because you don't know the future. You don't know what type of judgment Yahweh is going to send upon the people. We know according to the scriptures, but for you to doomsday prep, that means that, you think that that's going to be your security. Once the military takes over, they're going to confiscate that from you, or a person that's hungry, in society, in a failing society, they'll come in and rob your goods.
Yeah. Yep. And like I said, I'm pretty sure under these executive orders, they mentioned that whoever has goods and stuff, the military can come in and take it. All right? Or they use the word redistribute. Something like that, yeah.
It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another.
There's going to be race riots. All right?
And swords in their hands.
And swords in their hands, man. So they're going to have weapons. Sword is our killing instrument. Okay? It summarizes, it's the sword, it summarizes whatever weapon that's going to be used.
It says, for there shall be sedition among men.
Yeah, no one's going to regard authority, the military, the government, the high officials. All right? Everyone's going to be in survival mode.
And invading one another.
Invading one another, meaning robbing and looting. Robbing people's household. And when robbing, they're going to be injuring people, putting them to death. All right, to get their goods. And property. Because when there's no law, people going to do whatever they want to do, man. You got savage people out here, man.
They got the mass mandates, so you got crime at an all-time high.
Your so-called law officials are going to be committing these vile acts, man.
It says, and invading.
I mean the police. I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off. I mean like police and things like that, you know.
It says, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes.
Yeah, they're not going to regard these governors, these high officials. All right.
It says, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Stand in their power, man. There's not going to be, this so-called law system is not going to take place, man. And the elites want it that way. So, you know, so then they could come in and they could have, not them, but they could have the people they appoint to come in and police things.
It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
When this chaos is going on, one person might want to get to their family or relatives somewhere else. Another state, another city, another borough, another county, another country. They're not going to be able to do that. You always hear a person says, you know, when we was out in the world, we was researching martial law, New World Order, things like that. You have a person say, I'm going to go back home. You know what I mean? Yeah, a lot of people going to think like that, but they're not going to be able to do that.
Yeah, because, I mean, now you're starting to see an inkling of that, you know, concerning this mandate that they made pretty much indirectly mandatory, you know, because now they're coming out with the digital, you know, passports, which you know what's going to be stamped on that, proving that you took that thing.
Yeah.
You know?
And what was the test run? 9/11 was a test run. People couldn't get, the flights were shut. People couldn't get from one country to the next, one city to the next, one borough to the next. You know what I mean? You have people in high school where they couldn't get from, if they went to high school in Queens, they couldn't get back to Manhattan where they lived at. They had to spend a night in a school or whatever, man. All right? They had to stay the night in the school and things like that. And a person would be like, well, that was for everybody. No, you have certain people that's above these rules that got to go back to their country. The Bin Laden family got to go back because they're what, so-called sovereigns, right? So that shows who's who in the scheme of everything, man.
It says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled.
Yeah, because they pride. And there's a lot of pride goes before a fall. There's a lot of destruction. There's a lot of people that's proud out here, man. You got people in low income areas because they got some garments, I mean the clothing or whatever. They might think they better than the next person. Or they got some fiat, they might think they better than this person. Like, yo, all that shit is debt. But that's going to lead to their destruction. All right?
It says, the houses shall be destroyed and men shall be afraid.
Houses going to be destroyed. They're going to be robbed. And people going to be afraid, man. Because they're going to have no answers. It's going to be darkness, no understanding, or no answers or solutions. The economist is not going to be around. All right? FEMA not going to be around.
It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor.
Yeah, man not going to have pity upon his neighbor. He might have known that neighbor for years. But when the point of starvation, Hey, yo, man, he gonna roll on that neighbor, man. Family members gonna roll on family members, man. They're gonna starve the people out.
But shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
Because of lack of bread and great tribulation, lack of food, of resources, a lack of these things, man. First aid, all of that. All right. People are gonna be, yo, man. When the people go robbing and going to get into these pharmacies and things, you got people getting trampled, put to death. All right, because you're gonna have little crews and cliques joining together. All right.
It's a quick one. Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it.
Yeah, that day leading up to Third World War. And when the Lord returns, that day is great. It's not going to be like any other destruction. Like the first death when the world was flooded. This destruction going to outdo the first one.
It is even the time of Jacob's trouble.
It's the time of Jacob's trouble. Who is Jacob? So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Jacob means supplanter. All right? It's Jacob's trouble because when we're always the ones that suffer the most when these governments and these nations want to do things to oppress the people or reduce numbers. We're the guinea pigs, the first ones that get targeted. What's the proof? AIDS virus. When people went to go get those vaccines, they was laced with AIDS, man. And the world, and then they put the legislation. They asked for the legislation to be passed so they could build a weapon to reduce population, man. That's why them scientists back in the 70s, they was like, they used a Roman slogan. They said, "We that are about to die salute you," because they knew they was gonna start making these biological weapons that's gonna reduce the population.
Yeah. Read it again. This is Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for the day is great, so that none is like it.
Yeah, the day is great, so none is like it. That's why these leaders and these preachers in these churches should be warning their congregation about what's going to happen. But a lot of them got 501c3 charters, and they're not bringing the truth out. A lot of them are high-level Masons on the low.
Yeah, a lot of people in the military are actually secret Masons.
Yeah.
It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
The elect of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are going to be saved out of that destruction, all right? And that's why you have this entertainment and things going on, so to keep the people entertained and their mind distracted. Because they say let the children play while the grown men do business. So they got these breaded circuses, you got these arenas, you know, you got this entertainment on television just to keep the people minds occupied while they go around doing their schemes, man. These politicians and these high-level Illuminati members that take orders from the Bacon families.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us.
Yeah, at least the adversary, Satan, should get an advantage of us. Who the adversary? Esau, known as the so-called white man. You Caucasians, man, cave dwellers. Lest they should get an advantage of us, they're not going to get an advantage over the elect. Cause why?
For we are not ignorant of his devices.
We're not ignorant of his devices, his schemes, his plans to bring about this new world order. We know what he got in them needles, man. We know what it is already. We not fools to these hot shots that they got.
This is on 1 Thessalonians 5 and 4. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 4. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day shall overtake you as a thief.
We're not in darkness. The world is in darkness. We are the light. We have the light, the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the scriptures. The world is in darkness. They don't know what's going on.
Ye are all the children of light and the children of the day.
Children of light, the children of the day.
We are not of the night nor of the darkness.
We're not in darkness.
Therefore, let us not sleep as do others.
Yeah, it's high time to wake out of sleep. A lot of people are spiritually asleep. They don't know what's going on.
But let us watch and be sober.
Oh yeah, we're being sober. We're not drunken off this Babylon juice, this wine, these philosophies, and this lies that the so-called white man push out. You know, the simple believe everything, man. They believe what their government tells them. All right?
For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night.
Yeah, they're drunken. These people are drunken. All right, shalom. Okay?
This is Job 13 and 4. But ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value.
Yeah, forgers of lies, the so-called white man. I'm talking about the Edomites. I'm not talking about Israelite foreigners that might share the same pigmentation, but I'm talking about Esau. They're forgers of lies. Everything they push out is lies and false information, and they're physicians of no value. These doctors, man, they're not curing anyone, man. They're not helping.
This is on Sirach chapter 12, verse 10. It says, never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
We're not supposed to trust our enemies, man. Who's our enemies? The so-called white man. Right now, 2/3 of our people, these heathen nations, but our main enemy is the so-called white man. How you gonna trust your enemy? Read that again.
This is Sirach 12 and 10. Never trust thy enemy.
Never trust our enemy. Our enemy took our nationality, took the Lord's image and the Lord's name in our lands.
For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
All iron's gonna rust eventually, and so the so-called white man gonna show his wickedness. All right, he's gonna hide it, but it's gonna eventually come out.
It says, though he humble himself and go crouching.
Yeah, he humbles himself. That's how he catch people sleeping. He seems innocent. He seems harmless. A serpent.
Yet take good heed and beware of him.
Yeah, you supposed to observe him, man, analyze him, beware of him, man. All right?
And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass.
It's like you wiped a looking glass, all right? That smoke screen, you can see through his wickedness, man. You can see it. It's there.
Yeah, because he's being exposed, all right? Them side effects that's in there, you know what? You know, it's killing people. It's causing side effects. People's tongues swelling up. They're getting Bell palsy. You know, they got like this strange ingredient. I think it's called graphene something. You know, it's in people's bloodstream.
Right. Yeah, because when people taking these things, he could have something stay dormant in your body just to happen where a person drops at a certain time. So then people be like, yo, all right, yeah, I got a family member who took that. He's still okay. This person I know took that because it's laying dormant until the time when they supposed to fall.
And thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away.
He knows rust, that wickedness, it didn't been wiped away. He's just hiding it, man. All right, he's being deceptive. It's deceptive. That's why when he came over here and stole this land from the northern kingdom, he came over here humble and peaceful. You know, he didn't come aggressive.
It says, set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place.
That's right. Don't set him up near you because he's gonna overthrow you. Didn't he do that when he took this land?
It says, neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat.
That's right. He's gonna seek to take your seat. That's the so-called white man, and that's what happened to people doing business with him and trust him throughout the world, man. Okay? He done loan people, he done got people in debt. And these people think he loaned them the money, but the money he loaned them was not actually their money, his money. He loaned them other people money. And what's that word, accrued interest or whatever?
And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith.
Yeah, be pricked with the message, man. Okay? And that's why, and that's the so-called white man, he's a devil, he's a deceiver. Because a long period of time, the world didn't see him as a threat. He pushed the blame on the people being a threat is so-called Negros, Latinos, and Native Americans. Like if we were the biggest criminals or whatever, then we would have everything. You get what I'm saying?
Quick one. Malachi 1:4. Where Edom say we are impoverished.
Yeah, Edom say we are impoverished. All right? They always when they're impoverished, man. They always say that.
But we will return and build the desolate places.
They say we will return and rebuild the desolate places, all right? Every time they was in a tight rough patch, they said that. They came back during the Renaissance period. They retreated when the Lord showed them a little that they could be touched a little bit during the time of Hannibal Barca. But it wasn't their time. It was their time to rule. All right? Because when Hannibal, when his people came down out off the mountains, he gathered more allies and strengthened his army back at the Battle of Cannae. And Rome wanted to. They was like, yo, we gonna make deals. Some timid, Leo Scipio Africanus was like, nah, we ain't making no deal. So they sent legions to Carthage. So they sent legions to Hannibal's home base while they battled on the forefront. That's how the Lord had it, where he was like defeated in that. Yeah, but that's why they always say we're gonna rebuild, you know. But look, what the Lord gonna say? What the Lord says about that?
It says, "Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down."
Yeah, they shall build. They're gonna rebuild, but the Lord say He's gonna throw down. So they want to make a, what's the new word? Make America better. What's that shit?
Yep. Build back better.
Build, whatever. Build. I don't believe in that shit. That's all I don't know. You know, build back better. Nah. This shit gonna be fucked up more economically, and then this place gonna be physically demolished, man. The Lord gonna do a demo job on this place.
They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness.
The border of wickedness, so-called white man, Esau. Start with the least, with all of them. Everywhere they are, they spread wickedness. They're everywhere. You have borders everywhere, right? They're everywhere. They're the border of wickedness. They spread their wickedness, their philosophies. The whole world is under their wickedness right now, man. You know?
And the people against whom the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua have indignation forever.
Righteous anger, hatred forever. Forever, meaning so it's forever. So there's no way they could repent. Okay? That's the reason why spiritually they hate us too. It's deep in their spirit.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 6. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
Yep, wickedness exceedingly polluted the whole earth under the jurisdiction of so-called white men. And when Alexander fell, 4 generals took over, and now wickedness spread it. All right? Wickedness polluted the whole earth. The whole earth is polluted by so-called white man's wickedness.
And their hurtful works are fulfilled.
Their hurtful works are fulfilled.
This is 2nd Ezra 6 and 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the pardon asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth?
Oh yeah, so Ezra's asking, he's asking, what shall be the pardon asunder of the times? For when this kingdom's gonna fall and the nation of Israel gonna be set in position. What should be the signs of this taking place?
And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac,
from Abraham unto Isaac,
when Jacob and Esau were born of him.
When Jacob and Esau, that's Jacob, so-called Negro Latinos and Native Americans. Esau, you Caucasians.
Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
So Jacob held the heel of Esau, meaning we're gonna snatch him out of rulership. It's symbolic.
For Esau is the end of the world.
Esau is the end of this age, man. He's the end of the world, the end of this age of rule.
And Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
Jacob is the beginning of it that follows under Yahushua. So that's why they're rushing for this new world order, man, because he only got a short time. He's at the end, right? So he in panic. He on panic mode right now.
This is 2nd Ezra 9 and 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
How are we going to measure the time? By looking at prophecies, by watching world events, deciphering what's real and what's not, cross-referencing, all right, fluff that they put out there, and we just seeing what's going on. How this country, how everything is going on while we're here. Other places, seeing what's going on, what legislation they're passing.
And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
And the highest is you got Yahushua is here spiritually right now, all right, and he's working on the angels right now. The dude that's working on the minds of the kings. But soon he's gonna be here physically. Yo, man, we're gonna be be out of here soon.
That's right.
All of this fun and games that's going on, this legislation letting people do whatever they want to do outside of the law. When I say the law of the scriptures. They can let them have their fun right now.
Back up. This is Matthew 24, verse 4. And Yahushua said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am a Mashiach.
Yeah, many gonna come in saying that they're Yahushua, that they're the Savior, that they're the anointed. Many gonna come saying that, and they have people saying that. Where they at now? And if they were, where's the deliverance at?
And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am a Mashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars.
And we hear wars and rumors of wars. All right? Wars about to take place. Wars that have taken place already.
All ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, see that ye be not troubled.
We're not troubled. We know prophecy has to take place. Our deliverance is there. All right? When we say our prayers, we pushing for the kingdom to be pushed, to come. So we know in order for that, all the kingdoms, the kingdom right now has to fall violently. All right?
It reads.
So what Esau gonna do? If we push it, we praying for the Lord to deliver us. Esau, what he gonna do? He gonna try to attack the Lord's people to offset prophecy, sending that what's that telescope out there? That $10 billion telescope. Try to measure the heavens and offset prophecy. But finish with that.
For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
All these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. All right. So all these things have to take place, man. Global famine, but nationwide famine made here in the hot zone, the major hot zone here in Babylon. All right.
This is executive order. Bear with me 1 second.
All right.
This is executive order 10099. Cause you said famine, right? This is executive order 10999. It says allows the government to take over all food resources and farms.
He gonna come back with it. Yeah. So see, you got it.
Yeah, it says executive order 10999 allows the government to take over all food resources and farms. Executive order 11000 allows the government to mobilize civilians into work brigades under government supervision. You see that right there? So when that time comes, when it's a famine, it's gonna be because the government's gonna orchestrate it. You know, the government's gonna orchestrate that.
Now, see, those the executive orders the brother just mentioned. Now, look at that. Now, to work brigades, mobilizing the people there. Now they're gonna aggressively move them to the work brigades, and it might be in a dead of winter night like this. You heard? They're not gonna give people a chance to suit up with their coats and all of that. They're gonna move in aggressive. First couple of people in the household might be killed or make an example of. They're gonna do it aggressively. It ain't gonna just be no people marching them to the work brigades. It's gonna be violently. And then, you know, it's gonna be famine, man. Oh, you got it.
It says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom.
Kingdom against kingdom.
And there shall be famines. And pestilence. And earthquakes in diverse places.
So there's gonna be famine and earthquakes in diverse places. Earthquakes all around. Maybe even happen simultaneously. All right. It's gonna be real violent earthquakes taking place. And remember they say when they said Esau said we will rebuild. They said that during that earthquake in San Francisco in '89. You know, they rebuilt. You know, but it's gonna be this place gonna be destroyed again.
Reads, it says, all these are the beginning of sorrows.
All these are the beginning of sorrows. So the beginning of sorrows, and those sorrows are and these people are not going to have no comfort. And Babylon is not going to be healed from this, all right? It says the beginning. So it's just going to get worse from there. You see what they was talking about, this thing with these with this plague that's going out. They said they were saying basically that it's no end to it. It's gonna always be around. That's the excuse they use it. All right.
Yeah, they got a new variant. It's called IHU. You know, so it's letting you know that this thing is here to stay at least for like another year or two. You know, because you had the other names that it was called, and now they keep coming out with the different, you know, versions of that.
Yeah, so look at that, all right? This is how we're in.
Okay.
And then they're gonna keep on spiking probably the water and the food, so people can get a regular cold and panic, and then go and they say, oh, well, you test positive for this, and you gotta get that, you know. We know the game.
This is 2 Ezra 15 and 49. I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine.
Plagues. So it's gonna be more of these plagues, more variants. Widowhood. So you're gonna have a lot of men dying in these wars, or just dying, period. And poverty. You're gonna have men that got prestigious, prestigious positions in this country and lose it. Okay? Why? Because if their resources is in the bank's gonna go down. If their resources is in real estate is a transfer of airspace. Okay?
It says famine.
No, it's not gonna be. It's gonna be the arteries, which is these highways and all of that, is gonna be shut to where no food coming in.
Sword,
getting killing an instrument.
and pestilence.
This is another sword. So more of these variants of different plagues.
To waste thy houses with destruction and death.
To waste the houses with destruction and death. Okay? And then the people that's rotting in these apartments or wherever they at, it's going to cause more plagues, more death. Because no one's going to be able to burn all these bodies or put them in the ground. They're going to be as dung in the street. Then you're going to have people eating these dead people, man. And people eating other people, hunting people. It's going to be cannibalism, man.
This is 2 Ezra 15 and 57. It says, thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fail through the sword.
Yeah, so the children going to die of hunger and fall by the sword. All right, so I don't know how long a person could go without eating if they just drinking water. I forgot. Is it 30 days? So you could cause they could cause cannibalism within a month and a half. You know, that's how long it takes, right?
I'm trying to find this documentary.
That's how long it takes. All right, you got it.
It's about like British imperialism and all of that. It's about like British imperialism, and basically it's going into how like the British had conquered India, and like when they was having like a big party like for the Queen or whatever, they had like thousands of people there. You had a bunch of Indians starving, or they had the greatest of foods and all of that. Basically, it was like a government orchestrated famine. And this is like, I think, late 1800s, early 1900s. I'm trying to find them, but my hands is mad cold, so I can't really have my hands out too long. And if any brother's hands start getting cold, speak up so you can switch them. Oh, shoot, it's warm hands up? Oh, you need it more than me. Your hands, you gotta sort out that. But, yeah, it goes into that. But history has shown that there's been government orchestrated famines. You know what I'm saying? So what the hell, why would you put anything, anything, and make anything impossible for Esau? I mean, look at Jake's neighborhoods now. Jake lives in what's called food deserts. A food desert is a place that lacks nutrition. You know, if you notice, you go on Google and type in fast food restaurants, black neighborhoods, you'll find out that, I'm just not got my hat on, I'm not bringing down no scriptures, nothing like that. If you go into the history, you go on Google, type in fast food restaurants, black neighborhoods, you're gonna see like a document that'll pop up that'll tell you there's 2 times the amount of fast food restaurants in black neighborhoods than the white neighborhoods. You notice when Esau start coming around, then they want to start bringing organic food, alkaline water. Stores want to start staying up open 24 hours now. Now all of a sudden they got different varieties of bread. Before you just say, oh, let me get a turkey sandwich or hero bread. Now they got pumpernickel, they got rye bread, They got whole wheat bread. Right or wrong? You know what I'm saying? They got spinach wraps. You're like, what the hell is this? They got stuff you didn't even know existed. You know what I'm saying? They got stuff you didn't even know existed. I bet you Esau had that in the neighborhoods all along. But yeah, so don't put it past. That's what I'm saying. Don't put it past Esau for him to orchestrate for him to have a government orchestrated family. Esau will do that, man. He's the devil.
Yeah, just to add on to the elder perspective when it speaks about ushering in a famine in the ancient times when it was about to be a siege.
Yeah.
Okay, like they did to us around 70 AD. You know, one of the warfare tactics that these devils use, all right, during war was to starve out the land that they was actually going to invade to get them to break to their will.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's what Esau's gonna do with the people. He's gonna do that with the people.
That's right.
He's gonna force them economically, work-wise, or work-wise, health-wise, and housing, and what else? Food-wise. Yo, you gonna go get this treatment, this thing we tell you to get, because get all of that. They're gonna say, look, you gotta do this.
Yeah, that's the unrighteous decrees also, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like the scriptures talk about it. Okay, because for one, we're seeing that right now coming into existence. All right, first they wasn't supposed to make that thing mandatory, all right, but now they mandated it. Okay, and now they coming out with all these unrighteous decrees, these unrighteous laws. All right, but here it is, they're forcing it. Esau's about gradualism. All right, so slowly but surely they're gonna start doing things that you didn't see them going to do because you trusted in this devil and the scriptures told you not to. Like the brother just brought out in Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. Never trust thy enemy. Jake don't even know who their enemy is, man. That's why Jake is going to be destroyed. Like the scriptures say, woe unto them that go into Egypt for help, man. Because you idiots are going to go to your enemy for help and they're going to give you poison for help, man. All right?
Can I get Isaiah 10 and 1? Okay, now you got it.
It says, thy city shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field.
The city shall be broken down, all of them shall perish with the sword in the field. Them, these plagues, all right? These variants, people killing one another for what their foods, to what their possessions, man.
That's right.
It says,
Or just to get shelter. Someone home might be warm with wood or whatever, you know? And they like, yo, we're gonna have to overthrow them in their house just to get shelter.
it says, they that be in the mountains shall die of hunger.
Yeah, those that's in the mountains shall die of hunger. You got people in isolated, nice areas, okay? Where homes are spread far apart. Sheltered. They might die of hunger. They might get robbed for what they have.
And eat their own flesh and drink their own blood for very hunger of bread and thirst of water.
That's right. So you're gonna have people commit acts of cannibalism, man. To eat. So it takes 30 days to starve people out, right? 30 plus days. So that can happen. Or monetary collapse. So yo, you talking about all of these things could just take place within one quarter. You know how they break down the quarters, the first quarter, January, February, March, or whatever. Those quarters of the years, 4 quarters. So within one quarter, all the calamity can happen, or sooner. It's not a game. People say, "Oh, that's gonna be years from now." What? They could do. They don't have to take all that long to do this. You got it.
It's Isaiah 10 and 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees.
Yeah, destruction of them that decree unrighteous decrees. Passing this legislation to make people go get treatments against their will.
That's right.
You make people go get poison in their bodies, man. Don't. The Lord blessed us with an immune system to fight off germs and disease, man.
I got something for you real quick. This is yes. Now we all heard of the Holocaust.
Uh-huh.
Now Holocaust means death by burning. Holodomor means like death by hunger. Now, let's read about that. It says, was the Holodomor a genocide? The famine of 1932 to 33 in Ukraine, called the Holodomor, a word coined in the late 1980s, meaning a famine deliberately initiated to cause suffering and death. Basically death by hunger. Can be considered genocide according to the Convention of the Prevention and Punishment of the Crime of Genocide in light of Article 2. This clause identifies genocide deliberate as genocide, defends genocide as this clause identifies as genocide deliberate actions that create conditions of life leading to the physical destruction in whole or in part of a national ethnic religious or racial group. The famine in Ukraine began in late 1931 during the Soviet Union's first 5-year plan, which called for rapid industrialization and the forced collectivization of agriculture. During the collectivization drive that began in 1929, private farms were abolished. There you go, private farms were abolished. There, bro.
Now, Anwala mentioned minutes ago about the legislation about doing away with farmland and things and relocating people to work brigades. This brother brought out the executive orders. Okay? So look, man, hey yo, man, if people believe in this government, they ain't getting it right now. The elevator doesn't go to the top floor for them, man. Hey, yo, look. Hey, they asleep. They gonna die in their sleep.
Yeah.
All right?
Going back. He said, cause I remember something I read before a while ago. I think I was watching an Alex Jones video probably like 8 years ago or more. It was something that happened, and it was like they were trying to make it illegal for people to collect rainwater. And I saw something about I think a woman was arrested, or a woman thinks she broke some kind of executive order because some type of law. Basically, think she had an apple, like she planted apples, had like a tomato farm on her front yard or something like that. But that's an example of the abandonment of private farms. It says during the collectivization drive that began in 1929, private farms were abolished. And in other places, state-owned and collective farms were established. State-owned and collective farms. See that? Ostensibly run by the collective farmers themselves, the collective farms were actually controlled and monitored by Soviet or Communist Party officials. At the same time,
now the brother just mentioned they have state farms and things like that. Isn't that what they're doing right now in this country? A lot of private farms have been brought up.
that's right.
Been brought up by the government and or whatever, or their shell companies. And wasn't this the Microsoft kid doing the same thing? You got it, on. Yeah, so look, they doing that right here, right now. Yeah, so as soon as they pull a plug on the goodies, it's a wrap.
So then it goes on to say, at the same time, successful well-off farmers labeled kulaks. According to the Soviet regime, these were exploiters of poor peasants, were persecutors, stripped of their possessions, arrested, and deported. Many were sent to far-off lands, and some were even executed. In practice, any farmer opposed to collectivization, even if not well-off, was often called a kulak or kulak supporter. Most peasants, subsistence, and small-scale farmers in the Soviet Union were reluctant to give up private farming to join the new collectives. In Ukraine, which had a strong tradition of private farming, resistance was particularly strong. And some, let me jump down a little bit. Jump down. It says the establishment of state and collective farms in the Soviet Union was justified by its leaders as an essential part of building socialism. Soviet officials also considered them more reliable than individual farms as sources of surplus grain production, which was to fulfill compulsory state grain collection quotas. Grain collected by the state was used to feed. There's so much stuff here. It says, when famine broke out in Ukraine, triggered by confiscatory or confiscated
I'm listening.
Measures taken by Soviet officials to fulfill unrealistically high grain collections targets in the wake of the substantial drop in agricultural production, top Soviet Ukrainian government leaders informed the Kremlin of starvation, requesting aid and reduction to the grain quota for the country.
So they basically made people give up their shit, meaning their farming equipment, their grains, everything they produce, their produce, all of that. And they basically was like, yo, we need it because it's a large need for it when it was made up.
Yeah.
And they robbed people, extradited them, told them to leave penniless with nothing, their possessions, and then others executed.
Yep.
Yo,
Yeah. The Soviet leader Joseph Stalin called instead for an intensification of grain collection efforts. He also voiced his distrust of Ukrainian officials, suspecting many of them as nationalists, and expressed fear that opposition to his policies in Ukraine could intensify, possibly leading to Ukraine's secession from the Soviet Union. Stalin's response was catastrophic for Ukraine. Under his urging, the Soviet leadership passed draconian laws and adopted punitive and repressive policies, ostensibly to meet the grain quota. Special teams were sent to the countryside, headed by Stalin's top lieutenants, to collect more grain, even though farmers had little store for the winter and spring months ahead. Pretty much like being in the winter.
Yeah.
Even seed grain was taken, and fines and meat and potatoes were instituted for those who had not fulfilled the grain collection plan. Other foodstuffs were also confiscated by search quotas.
you see, they did this during the winter time.
And this so much more. It says I'm jumping down. Controversy can also occur because of a lack of consensus among scholars. There's general agreement among scholars that the Holodomor resulted from the actions of Soviet authorities and was thus man-made and avoidable. There's so much more stuff there, but when you go into it, it was said hundreds of thousands, something million people died. I was even reading something where they were saying people was eating their children. This was like years back. I was reading this though. It was like a cannibalism, Holodomor cannibalism. You'll find it, yeah, man. So it's not impossible for the United States government to have a government orchestrate the famine. It's not impossible. You got to think with the whole thing with Monsanto. You know, Monsanto, the Monsanto, these farmers, when they want seeds, they got to go to Monsanto for them seeds, for those genetically modified the GMO seeds, genetically modified organisms. Because you got to think about it. They genetically modify the seed. They genetically modify the organism so that the seed produces a seed that produces fruit that don't produce seed. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like for example, like it's called the homeo box. Like there was an article I was reading in Time magazine. It was called Headless Mice and Men, and it was basically going into how they were producing mice without heads. They were producing mice without heads, and I was just looking. They said they found the part in the mouse's gene that produced the head, and they deleted it. So I just started looking stuff up, and I found something called the home box or the homeo box. And basically, what happens is in our bodies, in our DNA, it's the code of how our body is supposed to be orchestrated.
Yeah.
It's the head, then it's this part of the body, that's what holds it down. That's why sometimes it messes up with certain creatures. That's why sometimes you might see an ant with a leg on its head. You might see an animal that got a wing, but only got one wing, or it's an ant with the wings in a certain part of the body where it don't belong, because something went wrong with the genetic coding. But they found that gene, and they deleted the part of the gene that caused the mouse to produce heads. But the mouse did have lungs, but eventually the mouse died because it couldn't breathe. And that was basically going how Esau wanted to do. That's basically going into organ harvest. That's what they really was doing. But that's how they did with the seed thing. They removed the part, the genetic coding of the seed that caused the seed to produce fruit with seed. And now these farmers, when they want seeds, they can't produce fruit. It's going to produce more fruit with seed, as stated in Genesis 1 chapter. So they got to go back to Monsanto. For Monsanto say, we ain't giving you no seed. Guess what? That causes nationwide famine right there.
Yep. You see? So they did it with that. And now, when the elites are studying history, when their kids are studying history, they're not studying no bullshit Martin Luther King and all that shit. They're studying what you just mentioned right now with the starvation, what they did back then, all right? They studying things like that. That's history for them.
Yeah.
And how they ruled and overthrew.
Yeah.
and how they do with their banking. That's the history and things that they study on the low with their tutors and within their families. All right, that's what they do. But you see how they're gonna do a famine like that. They did it with the gold, right? The Gold Act. They had people bring in their gold. They're like, yo, gold is illegal. So they made people bring in their gold during that time. All right.
Can I make a quick point? Yeah, when a global economic collapse happens, you know, FEMA, they want you to depend on them for food. You know, that's why the government, they're gonna rationalize the food to where you can only get food from FEMA. You know?
Yeah, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, because they're gonna go down, they're gonna go get those treatments for the goodies. All right. Oh, another brother coming up. Oh, all right. They're gonna go to FEMA to get those goodies, go to Egypt for help, and they're gonna fold to the government, man. They're not gonna have faith in the Lord.
This is Isaiah 31:1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help.
Destruction of them that go down to Egypt for help. And this Egypt we talking about the spiritual Egypt, which is America. What you got on a dollar bill, an Egyptian pyramid, what you got in Central Park behind the Met Museum. That's Cleopatra's Needle. Why is that doing here? Because this is spiritually Egypt. Where was it? The nation of Israel was enslaved here in this Egypt, brought here on ships, which Deuteronomy 28:68 says it. This is a spiritual Egypt here in America. And our people gonna go to Egypt for help, so they're gonna go get those hot shots, and they ass is gonna drop. They're gonna drop. People was going to get vaccines in the 80s and was ending up with AIDS, man. You had infants. It was in LA Times. You had infants with AIDS, and a father and a mother didn't have AIDS. So how was the infants ending up with AIDS?
Exactly.
To the fucking vaccines.
Yeah. Esau is always, yo, bro. You know what, bro? One day we gonna have to do a show on that, man. No talk. I think, you know what? Tomorrow, sometime this week, see if we can gather some information about Esau, doing all that stuff, and gather some information too. In a couple of weeks, we're gonna do a lesson.
All right.
To the spirit. Because you know, Esau got a long history of doing that kind of stuff, man. Esau got a real long history. You gotta understand something. When you want to exterminate a group of people, what you gotta do is you gotta justify the extermination. You gotta find a way to justify it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta find a way, like for example, anybody ever heard of the science of phrenology? I've brought this up before. Phrenology is called PH. Have you phrenology in your phone?
Yeah, all right.
You got it, go through.
All right.
Phrenology. PHRE. On Google. Alright? Look up the science of phrenology real quick. Got it?
I got a quick precept. This is Revelation 6:4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him.
Talking about these Caucasians starting with the elites. All right, known as Esau, Edom. All right, that red horse meaning power. Horse is a symbol of power.
Khan.
And what was given to him?
And power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
How did he take peace from the earth? When he goes through other lands, what he does he takes their resources, all right? And if those governments don't get down with his program, he deems them terrorists. If he can't get to them, he sends his jackals in, his CIA, to go bomb their planes like that, right?
God.
What is called, what's it dude, Confessions of an Economic Hitman. It's right in that book.
It's clearly.
What did he do to Marcos in the Philippines? He had his people overthrow him because he wanted the mineral resources of his land.
Khan. Just to back him up. You know, look how they got this land, man. They clearly took the peace from this land because the so-called Native Americans that was here, which came from the tribe of Gad, one of the 12 tribes of Israel, okay, they was here living peaceful, man. And when these devils came, all right, with what? A Hebrew interpreter, right? When these devils came, what they did, they raped, murdered, and robbed the natives of this land for their land, man.
Look at that word I had. You can go to that. You want to that?
That's a little bit more. And that they shall kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword.
Yeah, that's Esau's blessing was the sword, the weapons. You had cannon fire, all right? You got the bullets, you got atomic weapons, now you got nuclear weapons. His blessing was a sword. A sword is a killing instrument. That was his blessing, and that's how he took peace from the earth.
That's right. Just to back him up, when you go into the account of Esau and Jacob, okay, after Jacob received the blessing, right? Esau received what blessing? It's in Genesis, the 27th chapter, I believe, right? His blessing was what? The sword, all right, and the fatness of the earth. When you go into the sword, right? What is a sword? A killing instrument, right?
Yeah.
Their killing instrument, like the brother was just expounding on, has various different entities. It started from a sword, then it became the modern day gun, the gallon gun.
And he has social engineering, economic weapons.
That's right.
Where he price shock on goods. All right, he can make a person wealthy or impoverished.
That's right.
Do that. That's a more sophisticated weapon.
That's right.
Economics.
Yeah, you got these thermonuclear missiles that they armored up with, and you also got what? Bio.
Somebody get Genesis 3rd chapter.
You also got what? The biological chemical warfare, devices that they're using currently right now.
Yeah.
All right, that they're using to depopulate the population, primarily Israel. Man.
Yeah.
You know.
They got that word. Walk it up.
Nah, phrenology, right?
That word is
small.
Go ahead. No, I'm out.
Phrenology, we're here, meaning
Where are
mind.
you reading it from?
Reading from Wikipedia.
No, I'm out.
Now, phrenology, it means mind.
Break it down real quick. Yo up.
Alright.
Yo up.
For,
Read it. You read it?
phrenology, all right? From ancient Greek, it means mind and knowledge. All right, it's a pseudoscience which involves the measurement of bumps on the skull to predict mental traits. It is based on the concept that the brain is an organ of the mind and that certain brain areas have localized specific functions or modules. All right. Although both of those ideas have a basis in reality, phrenology generalized beyond empirical knowledge in a way that departed from science. Okay? The central phrenological notion that measuring the contour of the skull can predict personality traits is discredited by empirical research developed by German physician Franz Joseph Gall in 1796. Damn, I think I saw that in a psychology book. I forgot all about it. This, when you stop reading certain things, that's why you gotta keep going into it. All right. So they saying that basically you can predict the personality traits is discredited by empirical research. So these guys they study how the person's mind work. All right. Phrenology. All right. I'm gonna skip down. Phrenology today recognized as pseudoscience. The methodological rigor of phrenology was doubtful even for the standards of its time, since many authors already regarded phrenology as pseudoscience in the 19th century. All right, so they study They study, these devils study how the mind works. These devils want to be like the Most High. Because the Most High, He puts your thoughts in your mind when you sleep.
Right.
When you're in that REM sleep, rapid eye movement, and Freud studied the unconscious mind. The dude is and Milton Erickson. Milton Erickson, he's known as a great psychologist where he could put people under hypnosis, hypnotic states. The unconscious mind, and then they say the id, the ego, the super ego, you know, all of that in the unconscious mind, because he knows that through advertising and things like that, and through neuro-linguistic programming and the anchors, you could set certain anchors to control how people think and what they're gonna do. Like how could I put it? Like if you remember the movie Get Out? The lady was doing an anchor. She was doing an anchor. You got anchors where they could tap things, a glass, or a certain sound could be used as an anchor. But she was basically using anchor to anchor and do response. All right? She was doing the anchor to do response. And she later used those anchors to throw them in trance. Okay? But yeah. And also, you know, if anybody ever took psychology in high school or if they was in college, I think it was Pavlov, he did a experiment with dogs where he used a bell where he'd bring out a steak and then he'd ring the bell or whatever. So to get certain responses from the dogs. After a while, he stopped bringing the steak out and he just ring the bell and the dogs would salivate, just knowing that the steak about to be brought out. Esau does these things with his advertising and shit like that. You know what I mean? He does those games with his advertising, man.
I got a precept for you. This is Isaiah 29:15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
These elites, they have secret meetings and further destroy the nation of Israel, reduce population, to push their agendas. Okay? Man, these dudes used to meet underground. There's rumors, I don't know how true is it, they used to meet in areas damn near the polar ice cap, so just in case if they was being bugged. You get me? Yo. But the Lord sees all of that. The angels recording that. You know, the angels can see through objects. You know? How you going? You can't hide from the Lord, man?
Scriptures tell you that his eyes is what, 10 times brighter than the sun, right?
And then the Lord get the information to his men to where we know about your secret meetings and exposure.
And it continues. I'm going to read it again. It says, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us?
Yeah, they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? They think because they're in private to where, you know, whoever's around them, they can't leak the information, and they'll be put to death. So the Lord sees it. The angels see it, and his men see it. Okay? Constantly being exposed, man. Because this information wasn't supposed to come out.
Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay.
Yeah, you turn the things upside down. You have turned everything upside down, the so-called white man. How are you supposed to conduct yourself? The land Sabbath. How are you supposed to rule? Who's supposed to be in rulership? The nation of Israel. The Lord's image, the Lord's people's name, the Lord's name. The order of men, women, and children. It's going to be esteemed as a potter's clay. It's going to be destroyed. A potter has something, ceramics and things he makes. He destroys it. He molds it how he wants. All the Esau work's going to be destroyed.
That's right.
His pet project, America, his baby, his corporation, this place is going to be blown up. It's going to be turned into a desert by thermonuclear destruction. Okay?
For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not?
That's what Esau, man. Oh, evolution. He tried to correct. He thinks he could correct the Most High's creation. All right, which is off. Got people being lighter. People messing with their removing their genitals. All right, all of these things, man. Genetic tampering. That's saying the Lord don't have no understanding. The Lord made everyone different and like unique. That's the Lord's program. The variety. Nothing looking the same. That's abomination because it's not balanced. Okay?
Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding?
Yeah, you got people trying to question the Most High, or say the Most High don't have no understanding. If there's a God, how could he be that cruel? You know? Well, listen. Look, you can't think on the ways of the Most High, on the Most High Son, on the ways of Yahweh or Yahweh Shai. All right, they know what they're doing. Listen, we've done things in our past to where we should be put to death on sight. You know what I mean? And the Lord made it where we don't remember it because if we remember all of those lives, man, we would probably just malfunction right now, man. Okay? You know how much things we have that's in our memory from when we was little that we might not remember right now, but you remember, oh damn, I remember when I was a kid, this happened. When I was 3 years old, that happened. So imagine multiple lifetimes. Listen, the Lord knows what he's doing. And we've done shit in the past that we deserve to be punished for. So that's why I'm just saying that you have people that say, yo, if the Most High exists or whatever, why we going through this, or why this person's impoverished, or why that? Because of what they've done in the past. Okay? What they've done in the past. Or the Most High might be using them to show his glory, to raise them up. Once again, you can't question the Most High, man. You got people question these things and can't map out everything on earth or have a full understanding of what's on earth. But yet they want to question the Most High or whatever.
It's Jeremiah 5 and 25. Your iniquities have turned away these things, and your sins withheld good things from you.
Yeah, iniquities and sins, man. Transgression of the law. And that's why we be in a position, because you know a child always thinks that when they're punished, that punishment is a long time or it's forever. All right, when on a higher level, it hasn't been more than 2 days. It hasn't been 3 days. And really, what this last time? It's been 500 years. 500. So in a day is 1,000 years. So a half a day, punishment. Okay.
So verse 26, for among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait, as he that setteth snares. They set a trap, they catch men.
That's right. So it says among my people.
That's right. Jeremiah 5 and 26. For among my people are found wicked men.
Yeah, wicked men. We got wicked men among our people. 2/3 are wicked.
That's right. It says they lay wait. As he set up snares, they set a trap, they catch men.
That's right. So you got people that's plotting on other on the people of their own nation, man. You know? They lay wait. They're scheming, all right? You have a person that'll wait to catch someone, all right?
Yeah, man.
You know?
Like But you got these false prophets out here, all right, these false teachers, abusing the people, robbing the people for their money, feeding them false philosophy. All right. You got guys that's feeding their own bellies, you know, instead of delivering the people the knowledge, the truth. Okay. Yeah, you know, you got Jake, man. Jake just scheming, like you said, Jake just scheming on each other, man. People are just wicked against each other.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's how it is, you know. You have people that's Steven, man. You know, I remember where I live at now. When I first moved there, the mailman had sent my mail to somewhere where it was at. He sent it to the wrong box, or he probably brought it upstairs to the wrong apartment. And a neighbor had opened my shit with a razor on the side. I wasn't home, so I'm asking, who brought this? Who brought this to the crib? I want to know who it was, because they use a razor on the side.
Right.
Nosy motherfucker, they should have just threw this shit away. They thought it was a check, but it was a notification of a check. You know what I'm saying? Grimy ass niggas, man. You know, grimy motherfuckers. And you know, because, you know, back in the days, a person could take a check and go cash another person's check in legal liquor stores and shit like that. It was a real grimy grimy time in New York at one time. Motherfucker could take no ID another person's check and go cash it. You know what I mean? It's a real grimy time. You know, so it was a real greasy ass time. So, you know, yeah, man, niggas, man. You got motherfuckers. You got a person robbing another person. You got a person robbing you ain't supposed to rob nobody. You got a person or rob a person that's working 9 to 5. You know, go rob them. Go sit in the check cashing place. And go do that shit. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man.
That's right. It's Jeremiah 4:22. For my people are foolish, they have not known me, they are childish children, they have none understanding, they are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge.
Yeah, they have no knowledge. Childish children and foolish and idiots. They got knowledge to do evil. You know what I mean? They can tell you how to cut coke, how to cook up a brick. You know what I mean? How to do this and how to do that. You know how to rob somebody, how to get over. They can tell you how to do all of these things, right? You know? How much work they put in.
And that's it. Another quick one. This is Proverbs 1:20. Wisdom crieth without, she utter her voice in the streets.
Wisdom right now. There's knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the scriptures. This is true wisdom. Wisdom is crying right now in the streets.
She crieth in the chief place of concourse.
This is a chief place of concourse where we at right now. We got rehabilitation centers, research centers, all right? And this is a place of business, even though this is on a Saturday. On a regular day, you got all kind of rehab and cancer treatments centers all around this area and down these back blocks, all right? Okay? And people coming from different boroughs, maybe even Jersey, to get over to these clinics, okay?
It's Proverbs 9:3. Talking about wisdom. It says, she hath sent forth her maidens, she crieth upon the high places of the city.
Yeah, and wisdom is considered a woman also, all right? And she's in high places of the city. Right now, we through the Lord, we the mouthpiece, we the messenger, we bringing out wisdom. Okay? We mentioning things that's about to take place. but we're not regarded because we're low in society. We're considered to the people we're low in society. All right, second-class citizens. We know we're rich with the scriptures that we're not second-class citizens. All right, but the people aren't regarding us because we're not the Warren Buffetts, the Bill Gates, and these things. And then when they bring out information, it's fluff. It's not no insight that'll make you level up. You know, it's not no insights out of that. It's not the shit that they know. They telling you bullshit, a little fluff, textbook fluff. That people are reading the textbook fluff, man. That, all right, that they call it retail traders information. All right, this is shit that everyone else is reading, so everybody else on the same mindset. So when they go to get in on something, they get duped.
I got something real quick. It's James 2:5. It says, "Hearken, my beloved brethren, have not the Most High chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith?"
The poor of this world, the Lord chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith. Rich in faith, and we have faith, and faith is a gift. All right, we have faith, and also, it says, read that again.
It says, James 2:5, "Hearken, my beloved brethren, have not the Most High chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith?"
Yeah, the Lord chose the poor of this world, rich in faith. And he's also chosen the lowly to confound the wise or the ones high in society, all right? Why? Because it's showing the Lord some might. The Lord's showing that this is a true wisdom. Because these people ain't gonna know what's going on when this place shuts down. That light, that wisdom gonna be gone from them.
It says, "And heirs of the kingdom, which he hath promised to them that love him."
Heirs, an heir. When you're an heir, you next up on the throne of joint rulership, all right? And that's what the elect of the nation of Israel are going to have, the high governance seat. So in the kingdom of heaven, the whole nation of Israel going to be rich, but it's going to be a hierarchy. So the 144,000, the governing body, and the 1/3, the governing body, that's going to be the celebrities in the kingdom. A higher stature Israelite.
You got it back, brother.
Okay?
In the openings of the gates in the city, she uttered her words, saying, "How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?"
Yeah, how long you simple ones will you love simplicity? These people are simple. They believe everything, and they love this current condition and being in darkness. They don't want to know the truth. Okay? And to the people, we look like fools out here, but actually we're in fear. That's why we out here. You know, if you knew what we knew, you would be out here too.
Yeah, that's why the scriptures say, knowing the terror of the Lord, we persuade men.
Yeah.
That's why we out here, man. You know, we out here, so like the scriptures say, we being diligent to work out our own salvation, but with fear and trembling, like the brother is going in.
Yeah.
You know? It's the fear of the Lord that's his treasure, man.
Yeah.
You know? You having that reverence, that level of love and respect in you to honor him and do what he asks you to do, man. Which is what we do.
And this is a sound investment. That's right. We want the kingdom. We want the kingdom. We don't want a temporal. We don't want a temporal rulership.
That's right.
All right. So the best investments is those when people don't know what's going on. We get in on the ground floor. You know, before the IPO, before the initial public offering. All right. We get in the ground floor. That's the investment. That's what a contrarian does. He does the opposite of what everyone else is doing. Okay, contrary to get the best payout. best payoff off. He sees what other people don't see. All right?
That's why the scriptures say what? Follow not a multitude to do wickedness, roughly paraphrasing.
Yeah.
All right? So that's what we're doing right now. We're not following the norm that's out here, living lawless, man. All right? We here serving our power, man. Our true power, which is Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Okay?
Yeah.
We striving to work for that mark of exemption that's spoken about in Ezekiel the 9th chapter and the 4th verse. All right? We don't want to be a part of the judgment that the wicked is going to receive. That's why we out here sighing and crying for the abominations done thereof.
Yep.
Okay?
And that judgment is in this lifetime.
Right.
This place ain't gonna go on. You know what I mean?
That's right.
We ain't gonna be here much longer, man. You got people. Look what the people are wearing, man.
So,
These damn masks, man. That make you cough, man.
yeah, when you logically evaluate the whole mask concept, right? Just like they teach you in elementary school. When you inhale, you inhaling oxygen, right?
Yeah.
And when you exhale, what you exhaling? Carbon dioxide, right? Which is the pollution of your body. So how could it be healthy for you to be actually wearing a mask?
Yeah.
Okay? How can it?
Because you got residuals. This little quick thing, I don't want to talk too much. What up?
Right.
Because in your lungs, man, respiratory membrane, that's in the alveoli sacs of your lungs.
That's right.
That's when they call it pulmonary gas exchange take place. Carbon dioxide is let off. All right, it's let off, and oxygen is brought throughout. And where it's carried through, hemoglobin, the iron that's in your blood, and transported through the bloodstream. Okay, so it's a residual of carbon dioxide in not only in your lungs, in your blood still. You get what I'm saying? And what's they call it when it's too much of that? Is it cyanidic? I forgot the word. Damn, I gotta go back into the books again. When there's too much carbon dioxide in your body. What, you ready to come up?
Nah.
All right, good.
I'm gonna read this to you guys. This is Proverbs 1:22 again. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?
Yeah, how long are people will they love simplicity? All right. Well, I ain't worried about the kingdom. I want to live it up now. I want to live it up now. Okay. I want the kingdom.
Yeah, how long would you love to live simply wicked, man? How long would you continue to follow the heathen's way? How long? Because that's what got us in the state that we're in right now. The Most High tell you in the scriptures that he's a jealous power. Okay? But you idiots want to be simple-minded and biting into the philosophies of the wicked, man. Spiritually whoring. All right? That's what the scriptures expound on what? Spiritual fornication. All right? Spiritual adultery. Why? Because we are the Lord's woman that's spoken about in the scriptures. That calm Israel, Zion, the daughters of Zion, is what? Like a calm and delicate woman. All right? So us being the Most High's woman, when you go into that word woman, all right, means servant. All right? Us being the Most High's servant, we went whoring. We had a marriage. And we broke the Lord's statute commandments, that agreement that made us one. We went whoring. And that's why we're in this current state right now. Okay?
Got something real quick. It's Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because they have rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
Our people destroyed for lack of knowledge.
That's right.
All the kingdoms, man, led us to this position. And our people are going to be further destroyed with this destruction that's about to take place.
Right.
Destroyed for lack of knowledge. Knowledge is an understanding of scriptures. Knowledge of the Most High, acknowledging your offense to the Most High.
Right.
Most High Son, Most High Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Yahweh, He exists. Yahweh Shai, He is the deliverer
That's right.
of who? The nation of Israel.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
And Salaki about to add, you know, that scripture is so heavy because, you know, even though that it may seem light, when you really think in depth of that matter, he said, my people are destroyed of the lack of knowledge, man. When you lack something you don't have. And what knowledge is that? This truth, okay? Which is supposed to be our armor in this realm of survival. That's why the scriptures say in Ephesians 6 and 11, right? It says, put on the whole armor that ye may be able to fight off the wiles of the devil. All right? Satan's trickery. All right? Putting on the whole armor is these scriptures. All right? The knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, the guide tool. All right? How to maneuver through this world. Because when you go into depth of the knowledge of the Most High, this truth, right? What are we destroyed of? We destroyed of not knowing our power. We don't even know who our power is. Yeah, of course, in the scriptures, Jeremiah the 17th chapter tells you what? That he was going to discontinue us from our heritage, all right? But Jake is still calling on God and Jesus Christ, not knowing our Heavenly Father's true name or our Lord and Savior. Jake don't even know who they are. They still running around calling themselves Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Mexicans, Haitians.
All bywords.
All bywords that was given on to us by our oppressors, man.
And those names are not recognized in world court.
That's right.
Or the UN. All right? They're bywords. So when you see these people, when you see how people get gunned down in the street, oh, Black Lives Matter, oh, Hispanic Lives Matter, this and that. What you mean? They not considering these U.S. people.
That's right.
Human resources, useless eaters, expendable containers. Those is all words they use. Okay? You're dead. You're not considered a nation. I'm not gonna keep blabbering. You got it.
This is safe. This is safe. Okay, so you want to back one time?
Say it again? All right, cut. It's Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
That's why our people got rejected. That's why our people is in the prison system. Our people get jacked up and forced to care and things on a lower note and things like that because of lack of knowledge, man. Okay? Because of lack of knowledge in this life and the previous lives, but lack of knowledge have our people messed up.
And a lack of knowledge, not even knowing who your enemies is. Man.
Yeah.
You know, not knowing who our enemies are that are seeking to destroy us. That's spoken about in Psalms, the 83rd chapter. All right, chiefly Esau. All right, and these other nations conspiring against us to place us into captivity. That's a part of the lack of knowledge that Jake don't know. This is why Jake is running to Egypt for help, and they will be destroyed. You know?
Yeah. You know, that's why these these other nations, when they see that you come, Lord willing, we still in the fold, these other heathen nations, they look at you different when you're not in the world. Even with that when I mentioned the story about that Ishmael dude in the store with that fucking bullshit or thinking I was a thief. The whole thing changed. You already see that I move different than everybody else, you know what I mean? You know? Because he probably done seen me a couple of times, looked in the camera like, oh shit, yo, I fucked up, you know what I mean? You know, but in the other situation too, but yeah, so these other nations, they look at you, they look at us different. Lord willing, we the elect, all right? Because we move different. You know, we ain't out there like these other dudes in front of the store, bullshitting around and hanging around. We in and out. You know what I mean? Most time we might take is either stirring a coffee or whatever or some shit. You know what I mean? We out. You know, we not. You know, not lingering around.
Alright, so it says, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget thy children.
There was no priest. We was brought out of position and then the Lord our children. So you got these wild dudes right now in the jails, in the prisons. They're getting gunned down in the street, or in messed up situations. Okay, why? Because the Lord forgot our children. I say children. I don't have children, but you know what I mean. You know, the Lord forget the young ones. All right.
Nice work. Yeah, like this generation, we know we're the children of our ancestors. Okay, so pretty much, the Lord, He was gonna forget Israel from generation on down, right? From generation to generation. That's why we still in the predicament today. All right, from our forefathers, which we were our forefathers back in the past, coming back in the reincarnation, and what, as a nation we sinned, we transgressed against the Lord until this very day, man. Okay, and that's why Jake is in the predicament that they're in. Okay, so when you asking questions, why we on the bottom, why we getting gunned down in the streets, why we feel the prison system, why the so-called white man ruling over us, all right? Why we destroyed as a nation? Why? Because we refuse to come back to serving Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, right? The prophets is out here. We out here on the highways and byways teaching, but what? Jake walked by, which you still got in Proverbs, right? Which is going into, Jake, they refuse to hear the word of the Lord, man. They reject the word of the Lord, and that's the Most High is rejecting you back, man, by the situations that you're in.
Yeah. Basically, because it conflicts with their way of life. Which this ain't no life, but we just pass the time right down. But yeah, when you look at it, how we should be living, this is whatever.
Back in Proverbs 1:22, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and the fools hate knowledge.
The fools hate knowledge, and the scorners delight in their scorning, man. They're scoffing. The fools hate knowledge. They don't want to hear the Lord. What the Lord is saying, what the scriptures are saying. They don't want to hear it. Which it does benefit. But they don't want to hear it, man. You can't tell them nothing.
Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit onto you. I will make known my words unto you.
Yeah, the Lord makes known the words to the prophets. All right, and we're looking at the reproof and correction. The Lord make known what He wants us to bring out. Make known the knowledge to the nation of Israel, all right?
And that's us coming out here on the highways and byways, pushing that word unto the people, man. Okay? Because this truth, man, is out. Okay, Jake can't say, Jake can't say that they didn't see the Israelites, or they didn't hear the word of the Lord. Because the prophets is out there on the highways and byways, reproving the people, man, correcting them. Okay, we out here showing the people on the side what they're doing wrong, man. Showing them that you got to come back, follow the Lord's statutes, commandments, man. Put off your wickedness, man. Call on the true name of the Most High and His Son. All right, stop following these idols. Okay, in this all this false philosophies out here, man. You got it.
But these idols and false philosophies. Damn Christmas tree, Christmas, this New Year's shit, Easter bunny, all of the Thanksgiving, Halloween, 4th of July, Puerto Rican Day Parade, all these pagan holidays, man. Birthdays.
Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you, because I have called and ye refused.
Yeah, the people But to those that didn't check the reproof, all the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, what he said?
I have stretched out my hand, and no man regardeth.
Yeah, how the Lord stretched out a hand, but the prophets, the men going out week in and week out through the internet.
But ye have set it at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof.
They don't want to hear it. They fan their hands. They walk by. You know what I mean? Go get, supposed to be getting some money. Some women. Yeah, you can get that. Well, that's a secondary thing. All right, yeah. But your whole being shouldn't be within that. Okay, you know. But they don't want to hear that. You know.
I also will laugh at your calamity.
Lord gonna laugh at the calamity. So there's gonna come a time where you're gonna want to hear. You're gonna look for the men of the Lord. It's gonna be a famine of the word. You're gonna pray for forgiveness. I messed up. It's gonna be too late. The Lord gonna use the men of the Lord to laugh at you. Okay?
I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh.
When your fear comes. Desolate, you're in fear. Your family's at risk. All right?
When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind.
As a destructive whirlwind, all right? That's when you're gonna call on the Lord. You're gonna want to hear the men of the Lord. You're gonna want to be spared. It's gonna be too late then.
When distress and anguish cometh upon you.
Stress and anguish. Distress and what? Anguish. Yeah. So when you're in the most vulnerable state, when you're destitute, when you have nothing, but then you're gonna know that your only thing is the Lord delivering you. It's gonna be too late.
Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer.
Yeah, you ain't gonna answer. Because see, these people don't know. You need the Lord, all right? Esau system, how you function, Esau goes off of what? The energy sources. Social energy, which is, I believe, economics, math, social sciences. Those are all energy systems. Scientia, knowledge, right? So you got social energy, which is economics. That's an energy system. Mathematics is bookkeeping. That's an energy system. That's how you function in Esau's world. You need the Lord, though, because Esau's energy system, all that shit, the social engineering, he set that up, and he's going to pull a plug on that, which the Lord rules on the kingdom of men, which is ultimately the Most High's program. These niggas don't know that. When that fails, when he shut down the store, when the store shut down, you can't function or make your money. No, money's gonna be absolutely the energy, the food you're gonna have access to. The only thing is the Most High, but the Most High ain't fucking with you. All right, so then what? See, the Lord gave us a wisdom. We know the setup, how everything functions through the Lord, not us. The Lord gave us a wisdom to do. All right, I'm gonna guide him to go get this knowledge from this way.
Right.
But you got it.
Yeah, kind of. Like the scriptures say, what that Amos 3:7, the Lord does nothing but revealing in secrets to service the prophets.
Yep.
And according to the scriptures, one of the things that the Lord revealed onto us is what? Riches profit not in the day of wrath.
Yep.
So ain't no money gonna save you in that time. The only thing that's gonna be able to save you is Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah.
Yep.
And be actually protected and guided through his knowledge. That's why it says in Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Go ahead.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 33, verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
Yeah, the fear of the Lord is his treasure. We fear the Lord, wisdom and knowledge, understanding of the scriptures. Yahweh Shai, Yahweh. And then all the we was measuring the times, and then the faith is a gift. We have the faith. You know, so when the time comes, we know it's in the Lord's hand, we know what's going on. And then if we believe we are faithful, we're gonna be delivered. And we see all this shit going on, you know? That's a stability. But these people, they don't have faith in the Lord, they got faith in Esau's system. They believe in their ability to hustle. That's Esau's system, no matter what. You know what I mean? That's his program. And it's a sword at that, so you worship, you believe it on the economy or how you can flip this, or you can maneuver, or you can hustle. It's gonna come a time where there's nothing you can pitch. You can move around. They're gonna be stuck. Everything gonna be shut down. What do I do? Get what I'm saying?
That's right. That's why scripture say walk in the spirit, man.
Yeah.
You know? Which is this word. We're supposed to walk in the spirit. You know, searching out the scriptures, because the scriptures is what's gonna guide us. And the scriptures warn us about the times to come. All right. The scriptures speak about having faith. How the Most High is going to deliver us, protect us from certain events, you know. That's why these people out here, you know, with all this, here it is a pandemic, these people are bugging out. With the men of the Lord, we're not bugging out, man, because the Lord already left us the signs, man, that these are the times to come, okay? And if we have faith in the Lord, he's the one who's going to protect us, you know, and guide us through these times, man. But these people who's not right with the Lord or don't believe in the Lord, they look at it this like, damn, man, you know, oh, this must be the end of the world, or this or that. You know, they don't know what's next, man. Why? Because they're not walking in the spirit. They don't have no guidance, man. Their spirit not right with the Heavenly Father.
See? That's something. I got something. Quick one. This is Isaiah 30:1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Yeah, woe to the rebellious children, man. 2/3 of our people are rebellious. It says woe to them. Destruction. Destruction, so that destruction gonna be famine. That destruction gonna be the martial law troops. That destruction is gonna be the plagues. That destruction is going to be getting robbed or put to death or eaten or dying from wounds, dying of hunger, dying of thirst.
Woe unto the rebellious children, saith the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, that take counsel, but not of me.
Take counsel, but not of the Lord, man, in their wickedness. Right? They're spreading their wickedness. They're false prophets. Okay? So this is what the time we're in, man. We in wartime, man. That's right. We in wartime. All right? People don't understand, man. This country, man, gonna get pulled into this war with Russia, with Iran, with China, and all of them, man. And then their allies are gonna turn on them, NATO and the EU.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
You know, and in the midst of that time, they're gonna still be policing their people to get the mark, because they gotta have their backyard clean. You know what I mean? Before doing anything, you know. All of this, man, be happening at the same time. Yeah.
Oh, yes, Lord. Woe unto the rebellious children, saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin.
That's right. So that's our people, man, and they want to do their wickedness, man. Okay, you got these preachers that they tell their congregation, yo, you can eat pork. It's covered. It's not what they use in the scripture. It's not what goes into a man's mouth or what comes out of his mouth when they don't botch that. That scripture's not talking about eating pork. The scripture say that the Lord changed not. Okay?
That walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to stretch themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt.
And that's what our people are doing now. They're gonna go get those treatments and get that miracle drug and that cure. And they has to go get laced with some shit. you gonna be alright. You gonna be alright, yo.
Yeah, because Esau's conditioning the minds of everyone right now, not only us, even his own people, even all these heathen nations. You know, they really believe that the jab is, you know, gonna protect them. You know, that's gonna protect them. These masks are gonna protect them. Okay, and Esau's conditioning these people, okay, to bring the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip. Okay, the same way he's taking away jobs from people. Okay, if you don't receive the jab, it's going to come down to that with the mark of the beast as well. If you don't receive it, you're not going to be able to buy nor sell according to the scriptures.
Yeah.
More time, brother? I got something. This is Amos chapter 9, verse 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us.
Yeah, that's how our people gonna die. Our people gonna die by the sword, man. You got our people that's higher ups in these Illuminati groups and things like that. You got our people in CIA. Okay? You got our people in these other camps that's not pushing out the truth necessarily, like, you know, thinking that it's cool.
This is Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib.
Two stubborn animals know its owner. But Israel doesn't know who his creator is. Israel don't know about Yahweh Shai. Israel don't know about Yahweh. All right? Their nationality. Don't know that they was bought with a price. Yahweh Shai's blood.
But Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider.
They don't consider. They think they 5%ers. Conscious, Muslim. What else? Moors. They get themselves their sovereignty back. No man's gonna buy you. The Lord gotta deliver you. The kingdom gotta be established. You get your sovereignty. But Esau killed sovereigns. That's not a part of his family set. Okay? Esau will kill his own family members if they don't follow protocols. Yo, look, man, this ain't a game. Once again, Esau killed sovereigns. All right? Look at all them people he killed. Look at all them people he killed that was in positions, that was sovereigns, that wasn't along with the program, with his banking system that he took out. So you got people, I'm gonna go get my sovereignty. Yeah, but Esau killed sovereigns. You know how it is, like?
Time. Verse 4, a sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters, they have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Yasharallah unto anger.
That's right. the anger. That's why we're in the position we're in now. That's why people gonna die of starvation to come. But I'm that's it. It's more now?
There's more, brother.
You all right?
Come. They are gone away backward. Verse 5. Why should ye be stricken anymore?
Yeah, why should people be stricken anymore and punished anymore? How many damn captivities we gonna go under, man? Our people still can't get it. Oh, look, thoughts create things. We could think our way in the position. All right.
Ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick, and the whole heart faint.
Yeah, whole head is sick. It's sick, man. Our people sick. Spiritually dead, man. And that's why we in our position and we're not in rulership, man. We went off so many times, man. But I'm gonna let the next brother come up.
This is Jeremiah 15:1. Then said the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be towards this people.
Yeah, they are very righteous men. And they had what'd you say? Kind of like some type of pull with favor with the Lord. And even with the amount of favor that they had, the Lord had towards those men, the Lord could get with Israel. Because Israel is just too stiff-necked. Read that one more time.
This is Jeremiah 15:1 again, and it said, and it reads, Then said the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be towards this people.
Yeah, because they as many times they plead with the Lord not to destroy Israel, Israel go off and do some wickedness, man. And there's many accounts of when Israel turned their back on the Lord. One account is when they created the golden calf, and they said, let's worship this calf for the deliverance out of Egypt.
That was right after they seen the miracles of the Most High. You know? After they seen what the Lord did for them, all right, in Egypt, man. After the Lord, got them through the Red Sea. And these idiots had the audacity to want to idol worship.
So imagine how much more us trying to persuade Israel now in this day and age, where Israel didn't see the miracles that they seen back then. It was very blatant of who the power was of Israel was when the miracles came. When they was fleeing for their life from the Egyptians, and the Lord drowned them. They seen the wave. They walked through the Red Sea. They seen the Lord, Moses split the ocean apart so they could walk through it. Now you think we on the corners gonna wake Israel up? Nah, man, the portion gonna die off.
Real quick, I got to preach something too. Yeah, like you said, Israel, they seen the miracles, but what? The Lord ain't giving them the spirit to receive it, man. The eyes to see. That goes to show you that the Most High don't want 2/3, right? The Most High got to give you the spirit to receive it, man, to understand this truth. I got something real quick for you. It's Deuteronomy 29, and start from 1. These are the words of the covenant which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel in the land of Moab, besides the covenant which he made with them in Horeb. And Moses called unto all Israel and said unto them, Ye have seen all that the Lord did before your eyes in the land of Egypt, unto Pharaoh and unto all his servants and unto all his land.
Right, he said, Israel, you done seen what the Lord done did to them Egyptians, man. You done see, it was beyond just drowning them. They had the plagues.
Different plagues, yeah.
They had the blackout where they couldn't see. They had the Passover, where the firstborn of every Egyptian male Egyptian, every male Egyptian died. Yeah. And you heard the screams and horror of the pain and anguish of the Egyptians. Read that part again.
It says, Verse 2. And Moses called unto all Israel and said unto them,
Yeah.
ye have seen all that the Lord did before your eyes in the land of Egypt,
Before your eyes in the land of Egypt, right?
unto Pharaoh
Unto Pharaoh.
and unto all his servants.
Right, and at the time, you would think that the Egyptians were the most powerful nation on earth at the time. They had Israel in captivity. Through being Israel and being in captivity, built up Egypt. Built the pyramids of Giza and all that bullshit. Israel made Egypt a very great place. So when the Lord took down Egypt, it was showing you how much more great of a power that we serve, right?
And Salakia, but America's modern day Egypt, okay? This is the house of bondage, man. Okay, and that's why we're gonna be delivered again, man. Okay, we're gonna be delivered again, and 2/3 are gonna see that deliverance, man. And they're gonna want to be delivered, and they're not gonna be delivered because it's gonna be too late.
It says, and unto all his land, it says the great temptations which thy eyes have seen, the signs and those great miracles.
All those great miracles.
Right. It says, yet the Lord have not given you a heart to perceive and eyes to see.
So he said, yet. Moses said, yet, and he telling them to his face. Yet, y'all can't receive that the Lord did it for you. How bad is that? That the Most High, that the Heavenly Father did all those miracles, and yet gave them a heart they couldn't understand what was going on. They had no idea that it was the Heavenly Father. Even though Moses made it plain as day that the Lord did it for them. Read that part again.
So it says, yet the Lord have not given you a heart to perceive.
There you go.
And eyes to see.
That's right.
And ears to hear to this day.
That's right. So if a God can't get the truth, if a God say the mark of the beast is fucking a white woman or different philosophies, the Lord is giving you has shut your eyes and your ears. Because it's plain as day. Give me Revelation. There you go, mark of the beast. Give me Revelation. Hey, go ahead, get it real quick. It's plain to see for the righteous, man. Yeah. Oh, give me evil men shall wax restoration.
This is Revelations 13.
Where do you get the mark of the beast is philosophies, different doctrines? Where do you get that out of this scripture? This is probably the most plain scripture there is. And there's a few other scriptures that have no superbly or two meaning about it. This is straight into the point, yo. Go ahead.
Revelations 13 and 16.
What does it mean to revelation? Revelation means to reveal. What is John getting revealed when he was on the island of Patmos? What was he getting revealed?
Yeah. What you want? Finish reading.
Yeah.
It says, all right, go on. And he caused all.
Who's the he? Who's the he? We can agree that that's Esau, Edom, the so-called white men. We have no, contradictions with that. We have no disagreements with that. So the he is Esau, Edom, so-called white men. The men in power, the Edomites in power.
The wicked elite banking family.
Yeah,
They're the ones in power.
It's beyond them.
And he caused all, both small and great.
Yeah, he said all. Every member of society, every member of America and throughout the world. Go ahead.
And poor.
Go small. Read that again.
And he caused all, both small and great.
Whether you great in society or you low society, you high status, low status. Go ahead.
Rich and poor.
Whether you have a lot of money or you a person begging for money on the street. Go ahead.
Free and bond.
Whether you locked up or you're a free citizen, able to buy, sell, whatever. It covered all aspects of anybody, just so there's no misunderstanding. Because Israel say, well, the Lord didn't say free and bond, so whatever you in jail, you can take it. No, the Lord, no. Read that again. Read everything again. He covered all aspects of a person in society. Go ahead.
And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor.
Whether you got a lot of money or a little bit of money. Because the nigga say, well, if it didn't say rich, he'd be like, well, if I had a lot of money, I could take it, right? No, the Lord say he caused all, both small and great, rich, and what?
Very specific.
Yeah, very specific, right?
Free and bond.
Free and bond, whether you're locked up or you're a free person. So ain't no getting around it. Well, I'm in jail, man. I'm facing 30 years to life, yo. and they talk about I could take it.
I gotta feed my family, so I
Yeah.
can take it. I gotta keep my job, so I'm gonna take it. That's the mentality of a lot of you Israelites now with the jab.
Well,
In order to keep your job, you decided to take it. Or because I gotta work, I gotta feed my family, or I gotta pay my bills. You lack faith. That's the problem. 2/3 lack faith.
But that's the reason why they're justifying taking this shit one day. Because they say fucking this guy, first they said the vaccine was the mark of the beast. We never said that. We never said that. We said that was a prelude to gear up for the vaccination. And how they rolled out the vaccinations, the same way they're gonna roll out the mark of the beast.
Yep.
It's gonna be mandatory.
Yep.
You ain't gonna be able to work, you ain't gonna be able to shop, you ain't gonna be able to go to watch the movies with your bitch. Okay? You ain't gonna be able to do anything. You ain't
It's gonna be
able
worse than now, though.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be able to travel
ain't gonna be the same.
internationally without it. Okay, just like how they doing this vaccination. The juice for YouTube guidelines, man. We get a strike just for even mentioning that. But go ahead.
To receive a mark in their right hand.
So the key word in that is to receive a mark in. The key word is in. I-N. So what happens when you put anything in something? That means it becomes inside of you. So read that part again. They should.
Con. And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand.
In. It didn't say on. Because then you got certain pictures where, man, that's why the Lord ain't dealing with y'all, man. You got certain pictures where they have the universal barcode on top of the hand. No. The scriptures made it very specific to say in, not on, in. Okay? It's not on top, it's in your hand. Go ahead.
Or in their forehead.
Or in your forehead. Now, a nigga twist that, say, well, it's in the right hand, so I can put it in the left. Okay? No. Give me that scripture where it say right and left. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah. Receive they mark in their hands.
Yeah, in their hands.
Yes, it's that revelation.
Give me that if you know where to find it, because y'all gonna find out very soon, man. The juice that they made everybody and making everybody take right now is not the mark of the beast. Okay? And before we jump into specifically why this is the mark of the beast, we're gonna tell you. If you can find it really quick.
Revelation 24.
Yeah, Revelations 20 and 4. Get that real quick. Because a guy would say, well, if that was the case and it said only the right in the forehead, right hand in the forehead, so you can put it in your left hand. Go ahead.
This Revelations, you said 20 and 4?
Yeah, 20 and 4.
Con. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them.
Right.
And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua,
And that's what it's coming down to, being beheaded for the truth. Go ahead.
and for the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image,
His image, right?
neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands.
That's right, man. And so we're gonna get exact. It said hands. That's plural. So that means right and the left. So finish off that scripture. Cause this is where we coming down to, man. All the gameplay about to stop, and I had to really self-actualize that we are in the end times. Where you see you being forced to do things you don't want to do. When you see that you about to lose your livelihood, if you don't take certain things that Esau tell you gotta take, this is where it's coming down to, and this is about to be pushed very soon. Hold on, let him finish off this, because we're gonna have to get with what is the mark exactly? What is it for? Go ahead. You know.
And that no man might buy or sell.
Wait. What did he say?
And that no man might buy or
Go
sell,
ahead.
save he that had.
Wait. So where do you y'all just conveniently skip over that? You can't buy and sell with philosophies. I never said, yo, I'm gonna give you a mathematics for today, and with doing that, I'm gonna get a BLT. I never paid with something with philosophy. So what is this buying and selling? Go ahead. So read that part again.
And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the number of the beast or the number of his name.
Right, so no man be able to buy or sell, say if he had the mark of the beast. Meaning, all right, for instance, earlier today, I went to the store, man, and I noticed I didn't have my wallet. I said, oh shit, damn, oh, I forgot, they got Apple Pay. Apple Pay is so ill, all you do is tap the lock screen twice. And it'll be like, put the phone up to the card reader. But the phone is linked directly to your bank account. Your debit card or your credit card, whatever card you link to your phone account. And what you do, you lift it up, of course with the right hand, right? You lift it up and you pay. It sends a check mark. $40, $50 been taken from your Wells Fargo, your Chase account, your Citibank. It comes straight out your account. So showing you that they got the technology to gear to usher in, very conveniently, a transition in society, man. A chip. Nobody wants to touch money anymore because what? Money carries pathogens. Money carries germs. Okay, we're in an environment where you got the American, you got Delta, you got the C-19. So the people that don't want to touch anything anymore. So people don't want to touch cash. So we already in a cashless society. So what's more convenient now? Apple Pay, Smart Pay, Omni system. We specifically in New York, they call it Omni, which is one metro. We seen it coming. What you do? You just put your phone up to the MTA, the toll booth. Omni system. One metro New York.
I know Omni means like all.
Yeah.
Omnipresent means all present. Omni means like everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
Omnipotent means all powerful. Omniscient means all knowing.
Right.
So this Omni system is like an all system, like all different things gonna be transacted through a particular system.
Yeah, but, well, I mean, it's no wonder why they named it Omni, because the acronym is one metro New York. One meaning
one, yeah. One world government. That's,
So
that's Esau's agenda.
Yeah, they want everything to be linked to this one. Every everything is a paper trail. Everything is linked to one system.
That's Esau's plan, to make it a one world government, okay? And the reason why he wants to put the chip in all of us is because he wants to control all of us, okay? He wants to control our mind, our thoughts, our actions, where the money we make, everything.
Yeah, and not only that, if they push the chip, and you got guys like us, what you do? You just turn it off. Oh, these guys rebellious. Anybody in Black Lives Matter is rebellious. Turn it off. I mean, you see it now on YouTube. Certain things you say, you get flagged.
Yeah.
Your channel terminated. Yeah. So that's what it's coming down to, man. Is you speak up against what we want, our agenda, they just cut you out of society. And that's the way they're gonna do it, through the mark of the beast. There ain't no goddamn philosophy. It's this imprint that they're gonna put inside of you, man. You ask something?
Khan, this is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Yeah. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Yeah. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. Yeah. For the devil is come down onto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
You ain't see the wrath yet, man. They talking about getting the oosters. You gotta speak in terms, man, because Esau's so much of a devil. You gotta speak in certain terms. Now you gotta get the ooster or the rooster. If not, you're gonna lose employment. You gotta get the ooster to go shopping. You get locked up for not having your juice card in certain restaurants. But y'all ain't see wrath yet, man. Yeah. Esau gonna really put the hammer down on you people, where y'all ain't gonna be able to work, sleep, or eat a shit without that beast, man. It ain't no goddamn philosophy, man. Y'all niggas that's believing that y'all in a deep sleep. Y'all really about to lose our livelihood, man. It's about to get real uncomfortable for you people. It's already uncomfortable now for us.
Exactly.
But it's about to get a lot uncomfortable for you people, man.
Yeah. But it's uncomfortable for us, but at least we know what's going on. Okay, we're not mental slaves. Okay, yeah, we got to go to work. Okay, we're slaves in this society. We know that, but we're not mentally, spiritually. We're not slaves because we know who the enemy is. We know who our power is and what our powers it has set up. for this for Earth, for this planet. Okay, what's coming to planet Earth? Destruction, darkness. Okay, evil, bad times. We're in bad times. It's only going to continue getting worse.
I'll get that.
You know what's going on.
That's right. And the reason why we're stable, like the brother said, is not a scripture.
It's Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy
Right,
times.
so what does stability mean? Can you read the definition? You got the definition of stability? Hold on.
Stable.
No. What does stability mean though? Because it's powers in words. Stability. Stability. The state of being stable. Oh, you get it? Etymology?
You got it.
Fun?
Go ahead. Let me go to the etymology.
All right, but I could read some of the similarities or the synonyms, meaning comparisons. So what is being stability? The state of being stable. Similarities are firmness, solidity, steadiness, strength, fastness, stoutness, security, safety, soundness. What does soundness mean? A state of being in good condition, robustness, okay? So when the scriptures say wisdom and knowledge should be the stability, meaning your soundness, okay? Your security, your safety, mentally. Go ahead, read that, brother. Read that. Oh, go ahead.
This is from Adimon Online, I think. Adimon Online. Adam. Adam Online. Oh, damn. I mean, Adam Online.
Yeah. So spell it out. Spell it out for them.
Adam Online, yeah.
Spell it out.
It's E-T-Y-E-T,
E-T-Y-O-M.
yeah, E-T-Y-M online.
And etymology, where we get it from, it means the roots of the word. So where they first started, the foundation. Yeah. So go ahead.
All right. It means building or enclosure with. Hold on. Let's see.
For stable.
Oh yeah, stable. Oh yeah.
Etymology for stable.
Yeah, stability. I mean.
Yeah. Or stability.
All right, stability. From Latin, stabilitas.
Yeah, stabilitas.
Stabilitas. From stabilis, stable.
I got some too. This from that scripture, Isaiah 33:6, the word stability. It's I'm a one high. I'm a one. Okay? I'm a one high that says firmness, fidelity, steadfastness, steadiness, and it says literally firmness, figuratively security, morally fidelity, faithful. Because I'm one is faith. You got faith, you're stable, you're firm. You know?
Read that again. And why is it important for why does this wisdom and knowledge give us so much stability? Bro, it's gonna say it. Go ahead.
And wisdom and knowledge.
Order to read it again.
Con. This is Isaiah 33:6.
Yeah.
And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times.
So wisdom and knowledge should be the stability, or what's gonna bring us stability or keep us stable in those times. Go ahead.
And strength of salvation.
Because that's going to make firm our strength for salvation. That the fact that everything the elders have taught us and everything the word of the Lord has taught us is actually coming to light.
That's right.
What the scriptures say? In Hebrews 11, that faith. Get that.
Faith is the substance of the
Hey, go get that. Get that real quick, man. Because all of this is faith right now. Right now is our faith that's keeping us trucking. But once we see what was promised, there's no need for faith because it's already seen, it's dead. So our faith and his knowledge is going to keep us stable until the kingdom. So get that real quick.
This is Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for.
So faith is the substance of things hoped for. That's what our faith lies on, the prophecies of what the things that's being said in the book is going to come to pass. Because we're not just hoping forever, we're expecting these things to come very soon. So read that part again. Quote it and read.
Hebrews 11 and 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for,
The substance of things hoped for, right?
the evidence of things not seen.
So that means it's not present right now. We're hoping for it. That's what faith means. Go ahead.
For by it the elders obtained the good report.
Yeah, that was it. But by it, the elders.
Salaki, I didn't read this last. The evidence of things not seen.
Okay, the evidence of things not seen. With that, the elders obtained a good report, because it's the anticipation of something coming. That's what our faith and our strength lies in. So, but once the prophecies start to be fulfilled and everything that was spoken of comes to light, there's no need to have faith because it's already there. And when we say the mark of the beast is coming, and the elders been pushing this decades ago, and it comes to tuition, there's no need to have faith about it because it's there. And the reason why that's so important, because that's going to usher in the coming of the Lord. Give me like doves flying, should the Lord defend Israel? Jerusalem, you know what I'm talking about? As doves flying, should the Lord defend Jerusalem?
I got a quick precept. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 35. Cast not away, therefore, your confidence.
Cast not away your confidence, man. With confidence, with faith. C-O-N meaning with, fident meaning faith. Cast not away thy faith. Which is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, man. All right, casting it not away because it's not present right now.
Yeah.
Hold on to it, man. Read that part of it.
Cast not away, therefore, your confidence.
Cast not away, therefore, your confidence, because it can seem like it's coming forever. It's taking forever. Especially anything that you really want, you always feel like it's taking forever. Yeah. Back when we said, I ain't gonna bring it up, but you ever wanted
worth the wait, though.
Yeah, you ever wanted a gift, or you ever wanted results of certain thing, a project you might have been doing, and you had to really grind to get it, or you had to wait for a specific day to get a gift from somebody. It feel like it's taking forever. Or you dealing with a woman, you taking out 3 dates, 4 dates, you talking to her every day. You don't want to talk to her. You waiting for the day you can crash.
Just like also the prison analogy, you know, because that's what Israel is actually under. Israel is currently serving another sentence. All right. So here it is. Israel's in captivity right now for a period amount of time, and our due date is about to come. Like the elders getting into. Okay, that due date, you anxious. You know they say, the hardest part of your bid is the beginning and the end. All right. And it's currently the end of Israel's bid right now because we in anticipation. Like last year was what? Hastening on the coming of our Lord and Savior. You know? So here it is, that due date is coming, and the time it may seem like it's slowing up, but it's right here because we're seeing the prophecies actually speaking.
Yeah, when you first come to the truth, it's like, man, it's gonna happen this year, man. I first came in, and everybody had that experience. We thought it was gonna happen right then that year.
2012.
Yeah, 2012.
We was hoping.
Yeah, 2012. We thought the earth was going, the world was coming.
But that shows faith, though, because we're still coming out here every year. That shows that we got faith. You know what I'm saying? You know, although you people like to mock and say, oh, you know, these people they crazy. You know, they still saying the same thing. Hey, we're gonna continue repeating the same thing, singing this song, repeating the song over and over again until that day comes.
Guess what? GMS is really the only camp in all of Israel that been pushing this from the beginning. Like, yo, we the only camp left. You know how many other guys out there been around when we first came in over 10 years ago? Them different guys that was in the street, they all phased out. GMS the only camp that's still going strong. Yeah, oh, well, what about the UPK? Yeah, the UPK is around, but they're not teaching what we teaching. They ain't teaching how we teaching. These dudes are teaching like they're some kind of Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, we're gonna build the black community stuff. That's how Nate and them teach. We the only guys still teaching. You know, Comfy and his goons, where them dudes is at? Comfy locked up. Well, Comfy's dead, excuse me. Comfy's dead. Right?
Yeah.
Comfy dead. He checked out. He checked out of this world. He checked into the spiritual world. Comfy's dead. Remember that dude, Prophet 613? Or false Prophet 666 that was saying he saw one, the white man? Where the hell he at? Remember the High Time Pool? The High Time Show? Where the hell are them dudes is at? All them guys that broke off from GMS and was talking crap, all them guys broke up. Like, remember that camp in Massage? In North Carolina? Truth to God camp? But them guys is part of GMS, North Carolina. Nah. Those guys are part of GMS North Carolina. Choose to die, whatever they was calling themselves. Guess what? Them guys, that whole camp, them guys left, and they called themselves teaching on their own. And then within a few months, the guys all that vanished. I seen a video of Sarge rapping or something like that in the internet. Only one brother from that whole campus left. We the only ones still teaching, still really teaching. You know what I'm saying? All those guys that broke off from the GMS and called themselves going out and doing their own thing, they ain't around no more. Go ahead.
Cast not away therefore your confidence, which hath great recompense of reward.
That's right, man. So casting out that confidence to have a great recompense of reward. So the whole battle, the whole fight right now is the faith, man. Is keeping the faith, man, through trials and tribulations.
There's a reward for what we're doing, man. That reward is salvation, deliverance, immortality, everlasting life. Okay, no more wars on earth. Okay, we ain't gonna die. We ain't gonna get sick. We're not gonna be catching no more hell. That's that reward that we're hoping for. That we have faith that we of the hopeful elect.
Yeah, and GMS, like the brother said, man, the elder said, GMS is by far the only camp that's really pushing towards the kingdom. We not, the other camps are not talking about, they're not explaining that what salvation is. Or the kingdom of heaven, they're not even talking about it. They just thinking Israel as a fad or something to be a part of. Y'all ain't serving the Lord. Y'all ain't really talking about serving the Lord. You don't acknowledge the name of the Lord. IUIC, you guys. Y'all some Roman Greco Israelites, man.
They teach to get the vaccine. They said it.
You use the juice.
Salakia. Damn.
Get the juice.
Yeah. The jab. You know, they teach it's okay to get the jab. So, they're down with Esau's agenda. How could you want the kingdom and be down with Esau? The scripture says, right, you can't serve the Most High and Satan, Mammon, right? You got to choose one or the other. If you want this society to continue on, that means you serving Satan. You down with Esau's agenda.
It's really that money that they get. They took the purse. They took that purse, man, and they purse. They got their consolation prize. That nigga Nate, man, he comfortable, yo. He too comfortable to be in his truth. Yeah, you think he want America to go down, man? He got a plush, big ass house, and this is not alleged. I mean, this is confirmed. Yeah. As a matter of fact, he had a video of him walking through his house. Oh, I ain't gonna show you all of that, Israel. Yeah, I ain't gonna show you all that, Israel. His hallway bigger than brother's apartments, man. Brothers got rooms. Nate said, I ain't gonna show you the house, Israel. I ain't gonna show you the rest, Israel.
You're not wrong with having a house, but we know that IUIC is in the spirit of staying here. They're not in the spirit of, F America. This place is gonna be destroyed, has to be destroyed. I don't even think they're praying for this place to be destroyed, to be honest. I think they're praying for vanity, for vain physical possessions. That's what I really believe a lot of Israelites are praying for, man. You ain't really praying for the downfall of Esau's kingdom. You ain't praying for salvation, for deliverance, for the kingdom of heaven to be established already here on earth. You ain't. I doubt you people praying for that.
Let's get the scripture real quick.
Go ahead.
It's in 2 Peter 2:9. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness.
There you go, them guys, man. You them guys. That's why you can't get with a doctrine like this, man. Because you feel like, well, the Lord was already delivering his promise. So we got to make it work here. Why you complaining? Pick yourself up out of bootstrap. That's your God's mentality. Y'all think the Lord was slack concerning his promise. That's the only reason why you could teach a doctrine like the mark of the beast is different philosophies. Because I think the Lord is slack concerning his promise. Go ahead.
But is long suffering to us word, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance.
Yeah, but we know that's not gonna happen. But we know that the Lord is not slack concerning his promise, and it's going to happen. That's why we're supposed to put in the confidence and keep the wisdom and the faith that was given to us. And I specifically hold in giving, because none of us worked for it. And none of us woke up one day and said, you know, we want to be Israelites or to understand this knowledge. It was given to us. So with that being said, this gift that we got, we're supposed to hold on tight to it, man. Even though it's hard. Because, like you said, we don't see those things that's promised to us yet. But it's coming, you see? Give me that.
Oh, Salaki. It was 1 Corinthians, right? 4:19.
Yeah. 4:9.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
That real quick.
Go to what?
4:6.
Yeah, but
You said 4:9.
I got something.
what?
This is Matthew 24:13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
Yeah, so he that should endure to the end, the same should be saved. Right. And what are you getting saved from? Revelation 12:12, the wrath that's going to come. Because ultimately, this is going to happen like a domino effect, man. The mark of the beast is going to lead to persecution of Israel, the saints of the Most High, the elect, and then the Lord's going to come back. But he's only saving those that endure to the end. Oh, yes,
Yeah, this is Daniel chapter 12, verse 12. Salakia. Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people.
That's right.
And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time.
That's right.
And at that time thy people shall be delivered.
In that time, that people should be delivered, man. For the coming destruction of America. The Third World War. That they conveniently forget to put on the news. Instead, they're talking about all type of variants that's coming out. They're not talking about Russia and China getting up to possibly have nuclear warfare against America.
No war in history is going to be compared to World War III.
Well, what Einstein say? He said, "Well, I don't know, man. If there's a World War IV, it's going to be fought with sticks and stones." But I think that was back around the time, don't quote me, around the Cuban Missile Crisis, where America used to teach schools, just in case if it was an atomic bomb or nuclear warfare, how to protect yourself against it. They'd show commercials of little white children underneath tables, just in case of warfare. During the Cuban Missile Crisis, they thought back then the world was going to end. That was going to spark nuclear warfare. You see? During the time when they dropped Fat Man and Little Boy, something like that, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. You see? But that same power is going to be used to destroy America. What?
Einstein died a little before the Cuban Missile Crisis. A little like the Cuban Missile Crisis said to be like in the 60s, like early 60s. He died like 55, so it's like a little before that. But this is still after World War II, though.
Right.
You mentioned with the Fat Man Little Boy thing. Because the Cuban Missile Crisis said to be like 1962. He died 55. So that's still around that same time. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that was the same time where they actually witnessed that type of devastation on a nation, and a nation that have that type of capability.
Because technology was increasing. So it's apparent that there's a World War IV. World War III would have had, like, you gotta think about it. If they dropped Fat Man Little Boy on Hiroshima and Nagasaki back in the 1940s during World War II, then what they had in World War II, they didn't have in World War I 40-something years, like 40 years prior. Saying 30-something years prior, they didn't have that. So if there's a World War IV, that means there got to be a World War III after that World War II, which means World War III is going to be more advanced than World War II, which means there's World War IV, just what everything got to be destroyed from the previous World War. So the only thing you have to fight with is sticks and stones. You know what I'm saying?
But, you know, they esteem Einstein as a wise man, but he was definitely wise. Because after this World War, that's it, man. Israel's going to take power, and nations shall learn war no more. Give me that. know, fun. You got something real quick?
The one.
Yeah, Con.
I wasn't done with that.
Oh, go ahead.
And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever.
Yeah, and then we turning many to righteousness now. It don't seem like it, because we don't have big audiences, excuse me, plural. But that's gonna be our reward, man. We're gonna shine. We're gonna shine like a diamond. That's gonna be the reward of our faith and our patience and sufferings. That the same people that scoffed and mocked us is gonna be the same people with their mouth wide open in astonishment. Like, wow, look, wow. We can't believe how much more them when it happens to us. But give me Micah 3. Yeah, Micah 4, start at 2. 2 said.
Con. This is Micah 4, verse 2. And many nations shall come and say, come and let us go up to the mountain of...
Because y'all niggas ain't teaching this, man. This is what we waiting for. Go ahead. Start at Micah 4.
Con. This is Micah 4:1.
That's right.
But in the last days, it shall come to pass
We in the last days now. Go ahead.
that the mountain of the house of the Lord shall be established in the top of the mountain.
Right. So a mountain in the scriptures is compared to government or leadership. Like they have, I believe it's the UN. They have summit meetings. Now the summit is the peak of the mountain. It's no coincidence. That's why they call it summit meetings. Summit, SUMMIT. So they even give comparisons to mountains. But they have something called the summit meeting, where all nation leaders go and discuss national politics. Top heads of the nations. But the scriptures also use references compared to a mountain. So read that part again.
Con.
Just to give you some perspective. Go ahead.
Micah 4:1.
Yeah.
And it reads, but in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountains of the house of the Lord,
The mountains of the house of the Lord, we know the house of the Lord is the children of Israel, his tabernacle. Go ahead. His house, go ahead.
shall be established in the top of the mountains.
There you go, man. These people right here. Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You see, you catch it? The very people you look down on, man. Very people you look down on. Niggas in sticks, man. These very people is gonna be above all you people, man. It's gonna be a bad joke for you nations.
That's right.
Go read that again, man.
That's right.
Cause y'all ain't teaching this, man. This is the glory that's gonna come, man. And we can see it, we can feel it. It just ain't hit. That's what our faith is there for. But go ahead, read that again.
Con.
Go ahead.
This is Malachi. This is Micah. This is Micah 4:1.
Yep.
But in the last days, it shall come to pass
Yep.
that the mountain of the house of the Lord
Mountain of the house of the Lord. Go ahead.
shall be established in the top of the mountains.
Top of the mountains. It's gonna explain. It's gonna explain what that means. Go ahead.
And it shall be exalted above the hills, and the people shall flow unto it.
Wait. So we're not talking about Mount Everest. We're not talking about a body of rock. It said mountain, then it transitioned to people. So it's showing you, it's giving you a clue what it's talking about. We're just talking about Israel's gonna be above all you people. Go ahead. Go ahead. Read that part again about the mountain. Let's jump back a couple of words. Jump back a couple of words.
The people shall flow unto it.
That's right.
I'm going to go back a little more.
Yeah, right.
And it shall be exalted above the hills,
Yes, that's right.
and people shall flow unto it.
Go ahead.
And many nations shall come and say, come, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah,
That's right.
and to the house of the Most High.
The house of the Most High.
Of Jacob.
Of Jacob. Go ahead.
And he will teach us of his ways.
And that's what's going to happen, man, very soon. After World War III, Israel's going to be established, the kings and rulers of the earth, and all nations going to have to flow to us for wisdom, for grace, and for understanding. We going to be the new world, okay? Give me for Esau at the end of the world. That's in Ezra, I believe. Give me that. Give me that. But continue on with that.
And it reads, and we will walk in his path, for the law shall go forth of Zion.
Zion. That's the top mountain. That's the top mountain. So the Lord's gonna go forth of Zion. Go ahead.
And the word of the Most High from Jerusalem.
There you go. Now, if you ever check out that the cartoon show Planet of the Apes, and you have righteous names in it like Cornelius, and you also have that ape called the Lawgiver. Cartoon. Well, it's the same thing. They have an ape called the Lawgiver. And you know they used to call Israel apes and monkeys.
Well, we are gonna be the lawgivers, Lord willing.
No, but you had an ape. You had an ape in the Planet of the Apes cartoon, and he was known as the Lawgiver. And what he had carried around is a scroll.
Well, Esau subconsciously knows that he's gonna be serving the nation of Israel in the kingdom. You know, and the apes represents Israel.
Well, that's why they blacklisted that movie. Yeah. It was hitting too close to home. But what's his name was the dude that played Moses. What's that character name?
Charleston Heston?
Yeah, he was one of the slaves to the apes. Charleston Heston, yeah, that's his name. That's gonna become a reality very soon. Oh, go ahead.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 9.
That's right.
For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob.
Read up a little bit, like 2 verses. Go ahead. We gonna go ahead. See, this is the final chapter. We about to close up the book.
This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
So you had to go back in Genesis, the 21st chapter, the 21st verse, where Esau and Jacob was born. And in that story, Jacob held the heel of Esau. Now, which is first of all crazy. And at the time, it was very rare to have children of the same parents, one being born what you would call albino today, or vitiligo. They call him vitiligo because Esau liked to switch words up. Which Esau came out like the white baby, and Jacob was his natural color, which is brown, to dark brown. You see? So read that part again. That's what happened in Genesis the 25th, the beginning.
And he said unto him,
and it was a very important scene because it symbolized something. Go ahead. This is what it symbolized.
2nd Ezra 6, verse 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
He fell first the heel of Esau. So as Esau was coming out, usually when you're birthing twins, there's a period of separation. So they're not born actually at the same time. It might be the same day, but not the same time. But in this case, the children was being born, but one baby came out. The head pushed in, push Rebecca, push. The head of Esau came out, and right behind him, Jacob was holding his heel. Did you believe that? Because they come out head first. They come out head first, and what did he do? But while he was coming out head for where Esau was coming out, Jacob, the baby was coming out holding his heel. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and that's symbolic because the hand represents power. And who's gonna have the power in the near future here on planet Earth?
Wait, let's go get into that. Let's go get into that.
But the hand, it says the hand held on to Esau's heel.
Yeah,
right?
No, but it's gonna let her get into that.
The hand represents power, so you're gonna be taken out of power.
Hold on, let her get into that.
And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held the heel of Esau.
Right. as they was coming out the womb. Go ahead.
For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob the beginning of it that followeth.
That's right. So it symbolizes that Jacob was going to take Esau out of power. Because Esau came out the womb, and Jacob was right behind him with his hand on his hip. It was a war. Matter of fact, it was a war in her stomach. Yeah, man, get that, man. Genesis 25. Man. Get that, Genesis 25.
It's spiritual, man. It's symbolic. The Lord set it up that way for a reason. It's spiritual. We understand why Jacob held the heel of Esau.
That's why there could never be what they call race relations. There could never be peace between Esau and Jacob. That's why Esau always take an opportunity to gun you down or kill you off. You see? Because it's always been war.
This is Genesis 25 and 25.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna start up at verse 23.
Yeah.
And it says, and the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and
Read up
God,
verse.
I'm gonna read up one verse. It says, and the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus?
Yeah, because at the time Rebecca couldn't get pregnant, and she went to acquire the Lord, which is a prophet, to open up her womb so she can conceive. And it's not like today, because women back then felt it was their whole duty to get pregnant by a man. That was their whole being. That was their whole duty. That's what they aspired to do. At the time, I believe it was Rebecca and another servant who could have the most kids. When she birthed Ishmael, the child of the servant, and it used to be conflict between the woman and who could have the more kids. So, I mean, it was cursed that you couldn't have you.
Sarah.
Yeah, it might have been Sarah. Sarah, and then it was the maid's woman.
Yep.
Yeah. That's why Ishmael didn't get the promise, because he was born out of the maid's. Yeah, concubine. Yeah. But they used to be mad because, you know, it was always a battle between women who could birth the most children. Not like today, man. Women get kids, she like, man, it's a curse. I'm about to kill that thing. She go to the abortion clinic, she's taking it out her womb. But back then, it was like, yo, man, I want another child. Yeah. So she was depressed, so she went to acquire the Lord, the prophet, so she could conceive child, and she got pregnant. So what happened? Yeah, continue with that.
And it reads,
So,
and the children struggled together within her, and she said,
so they struggled, man. What does it mean to struggle? They was going, and you feel it. As a mother, you feel all them kicking it. She probably felt that shit every minute, her stomach going like this. It's coming out. Foot, knees, elbow. It's like they really fighting in there. You know how uncomfortable that was for her? But she said they struggled together. I mean, it was constant. Go ahead.
if it be so, why am I thus?
Yeah, if it was a blessing, if it was supposed to be a blessing, why am I going through so much pain? Why are these children just rumbling? Why are they struggling? And she could feel it. She could feel inside them going at it. Because when a woman is pregnant, usually she has contractions, or she'd be like, listen. You hear? The baby's kicking. No, Rebecca was constantly, her shit was constantly kicking because the babies, they was fighting. Go ahead.
And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb,
Right.
and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
2 manner of people, man. Israel, Esau different, man. We say it every week. Israel like they steak, cooked, well done. Esau like medium tartar, possibly blue, if you could get it that way. Esau say, just put that thing on the grill, slap it twice, and give it to me. Esau is 2 manner, meaning two characteristics of 2 different people. Should be separated from thy bow. Esau can't dance for shit. But then you got Michael Jacksons of the world. You got Michael Jordans. You got Michael Tysons. You got, I mean, you name it. You got all these celebrities. Anything, the artists, the greatest artists.
And then, Salaki, and then you got Israelites that look like the heathen nations. You got Israelites that look like Edomites, so-called white people. You got Israelites that look like so-called Chinese Asian people. You got Israelites that look like so-called Africans, East Indians, Arabs. So our people look like all nations on the earth, man. Yeah, you know. Our people, you have the Israelite foreigners, man, that are scattered all over the four corners of the earth, man, all around. So the ones of our people that look like these other nations and they have these talents that Israelites have, okay, they could sing, they could dance, or they're talented at different things, they're really Israelites.
I'll finish that description off.
Con. And the one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger.
And that was the point, man. So whoever came out first, the elder, should serve the younger, man. So with that, Esau is coming very soon to serve us. We're going to give all praise to Yahweh.
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'Shem, Rakakadash.
Then we'll answer the elder team. Man, salutations to you, Akim. Pushing his word, truth, and sincerity, risking your freedom and your life to do so. Until next video. Shalom.
Shalom.